Here we go. I think this is our problem. Here. No, I still can't get the fucking audio going. Why must you do this to me? I have to give them instructions and worry about this in a second, but for our we're at 100 laps, right? All right, everybody. Why is it? I don't know why it's fucking up my options here. All right, everybody. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late. I'm having a problem with slobs right now. It's all jacked up, whatever. But yeah, good to see as many people we got here. Good turnout here at Michigan. I'll let you guys get to qualifying here in a second, but just to go over the rules real quickly, we don't clear any kind of black flags. Stay to the right side of pit road within 5 stalls going in and going out. The leader controls the start after the initial start. The initial start, we go on green. After that, leader has control and they have lane choice. And that's pretty much it, but you guys know the main thing is that accidents are going to happen, but keep any kind of flaming, yelling, and all that kind of stuff to yourselves. And I'm going to try to get slobs going. I'll talk to you guys after qualify.
Stages of tire allotment?
Oh, good call. It's going to be 4. Your stages are going to be 25 and 50. Stages are 25 and 50. And you'll have 4 changes of tires. That's 4 right fronts, 4 left fronts, etc. They are not interchangeable. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, now let's try to work on this audio thing here. Weird. I am straight broadcasting. I'm just trying to get this. For some reason, all weekend, Slobs has been. It won't take my capture here. If it has anything to do with this. I think maybe that'll fix it. We'll have to find out as we go. Go back in time, qualifying wise. Try to test this out. Sorry about that. Sorry for all the confusion here. Let's get going. That's what it out. Alright. Like that. Alright, let's go down here. Go ahead and test this audio here again, see if I got iRacing quiet enough. Oh, I did not get it quiet enough. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Slobs, you suck. Oh, that's because this isn't even... Okay, I see what the problem is over here. You know, I would not recommend the Arctis Pros just for this very reason, is it throws off all your systems into... Oh yeah, I'm not on Discord yet. I forgot about that. Let's see here. Is Ryan gonna come do some broadcasting, or is he racing tonight? What's Ryan doing? Okay, I think I finally got this worked out here. Dasha, this is the final test here. Let's go ahead and do a little test. Tell me how am I sounding? We got 18 seconds before showtime. All right. I don't see where he's at. We got to give this man privileges. Hey, right. Oh, I don't even have my push to talk set up. All right. Let's see if we can get this going. Hey, sorry about that, Ryan. I'm running a little bit behind schedule here today. Was fighting with slobs trying to get this thing going.
Oh, no problem at all. I was just wondering what was going on because I'm like, maybe I should do the race, but nah.
Tell me how Ryan's level sound. Let me talk to these guys real quick. All right, everybody. So again, your stages are going to be 25 and 50. 25 and 50, you'll have 4 changes of tires. They are not interchangeable. We do not clear any black flags. The only black flags that will clear is if you're speeding through pit road to avoid an accident. At that point, just kind of speak up and I'll try to get it, or one of the admins will try to clear that for you. If for some reason you're wrong, you'll just end up losing your points for the race. Yeah, so on the initial start here, we'll go on green. After that, the leader will control the start and have the lane choice as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Again, guys, is the main thing we want to keep in mind that if something does happen, just keep it to yourself, keep it off Discord. Stuff happens, just deal with it another day. We don't want to have anyone fighting or anything like that, but we haven't had a problem with that all year. So other than that, this is looking for, man, I'm excited to watch this race, man. I think they were able to keep a little bit of the Michigan feel to it, to where you feel like you might have to tiptoe after a while. So looking forward to it. We'll be broadcasting it, so go back and watch that VOD, hopefully. Other than that, let's do some racing. Good to see you guys, and welcome to Michigan. All right, Ryan, let's get some audio level tests for you. How are you sounding today?
Hopefully sounding good.
All right, you might be maybe a skosh loud. Let me All right. All right. Okay, so after a slow start here, we're kind of fighting with slobs, trying to get everything all set up for the broadcast. We're finally set up. Yeah, and we're geared up for, 200 miles here in this 2-mile track here in Michigan. The draft is going to be real. Ryan, what are you thinking?
Oh, yeah, the draft is definitely going to play a big part at this track. You know, you're pretty much... You know, I was taking a few laps around in practice, and, you know, you can just about run wide open for a little while here, but I noticed it starts getting kind of loose on corner entry and exit. So I think these guys are going to be fast, but I think at the same time, you know, they're going to have to be careful of that loose condition as the race goes on.
Into the rear for unapproved adjustments on my car. You're going to catch up.
Yeah, all right, so
going to the Toyota, so I need to be sent to the back.
All right, guys joking around here. So real quick, looks like Jordan Malish is actually on the pole. This is the first time we've seen Jordan on the pole this year. Good to see Jordan. Number 2 will be Josh Durham, the number 72, followed by Glenn Wilson, J.W. Miller, Jordan Berry, and Corey Stansel. Looks like they have not qualified. Corey must be a new guy. I don't know if that's one of the guys that JW approved or he's someone that snuck in. We'll have to go look into that. But right now, we're getting set to do some racing. 100 laps here, 200 miles in Michigan Speedway. Might as well call it a super speedway now because it's going to be all about the draft. It's all going to be about, whose car can keep under control the longest here at Michigan.
Yeah, and they got to be careful out of turn 2 because that wall comes up fast. I found that out twice last night in the Xfinity race.
All right, here we go. Green flag is out. The number 94 is going to lead him down. Here we go, side by side, going into one here. This is going to be some of the funnest stuff to watch, man, as the restarts here, because there's so much grip on this big, wide track. So it'll be interesting to see where these guys decide to try to put their car to put themselves in the best position to get a good finish here today. There we go, side by side. Jordan down low. Captain Bone Steel up high. That's the number 5 of Glenn Wilson. Looks like they're still going to be side by side as they go to the start-finish line. Looks like the number 5 is going to lead that lap. Good to see Captain Bone Steel, Glenn Wilson. Didn't see him last night in the Xfinity race, but he definitely made... Oh, there's contact between him and the 94.
Oh, hang it. Wow, what a save. That was really good driving by Jordan there.
Wow.
He saved it and hung up.
Somehow, Jordan Malish able to hang on to that. Let's see if we can get a quick little instant replay of that. As we see here, they were side by side. Let's see if we can catch this action. And when you're down low, oh, and the 94 kind of ran up a little bit, started chasing it up the track, made contact with the 5, but he's actually able to keep it together. We're still green, but the number 5 is now in the lead. Now it's going to be Josh Durham. As we talked about before, when you come to these big tracks like this that have the draft, you're going to see Josh Durham up there. And you see, right now we see 024. That's Frank DiMaggio Jr. trying to get involved, take that lead away from the 72. Mikey Moto
looks like Dylan Parker's going to get the lead, and caution's out.
Let's see if we can see that. I see the number 4 might have been involved here. Let's see. Oh, no. Looks like that's the 94.
Oh, and Frank DiMaggio.
Oh, it was the 012. The 012. One second, I'm gonna go check.
Frank?
Hey, JW, is the 012 a guy that you let in here?
Dude, I was asking the same question.
I didn't say anything after last week. Apparently, I was wrong saying something.
Yeah, he's a vet. I'm
He's
90% sure that he was in last year.
Cool. That's all I was making sure. Well, he still has the funky number,
Yeah.
so all right, cool. That's all I was checking it.
Yeah, because we didn't get him a number.
Cool.
Yeah, he raced Daytona. Now that I think
Okay.
about it.
That's all. I was double checking. Thanks. All right. Well, there goes the 0. Well, there goes that guy.
And it looks unfortunate like Frank DiMaggio got involved in that as well.
Yeah, it's a shame. I just had to hop in the other channel to kind of check on it because this is an invite-only type of race, and I did not recognize that number or that name. But apparently he's a Cup driver. We'll have to have the officials take a look.
Yeah, and I'm currently experimenting here with this ATVO. I got the standings up here, so hopefully I can get better information this week.
Oh yeah, the ATVO app, very crucial to get all the statistics here. But it's pretty simple, easy to look at, and it definitely helps us in these broadcasts. But right now, the 024, young Dylan Parker is currently in the lead, followed by the 72 of Josh Durham. It was funny because right before that action happened, we saw the DiMaggio Jr. take the lead. It was because the 5 and the 72 were playing peekaboo with each other, really battling hard, and the young kid just kind of went down underneath and took them both.
Yeah, the 72 and the 5 kind of were chasing each other up the track. Meanwhile, Dylan says, "Oh, you guys do that. I'm gonna sneak right by you here and take this lead."
Chat wants to know what happened. So that was a little bit of the 012 got loose, and unfortunately he collected the 25, and I believe the 24 also caught some damage. So you know, a little bit of loose conditions, and he took a couple of people with him. So that's a shame. But hopefully these guys that got involved can get their stuff put back together and get back out on the track.
Frank's coming back out on the track now. Looks like he's got some nose damage, so we'll see how that affects this car. I really have a feeling it's going to affect it big time with being a big track like this and relying on speed in the draft. So we'll see.
Yeah, that Skittles ride looks pretty banged up right now. That's a darn shame. So going out there and turning some laps here at Michigan earlier, I was pleasantly surprised. It still has that Michigan feel to it. So I thought with this new car and the downforce package and being the way it is, I was afraid that you'd be able to flat foot it, the whole time for multiple laps. But honestly, even in the first couple of laps, if you try to flat foot it, and you're going to start feeling a little bit loose. So it's there's a little bit of pedaling that is involved, and I think that's a little bit more of the Michigan feel that people are used to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I was out there practicing after a few laps, I was kind of like feathering it midway through the corner because, I tried running flat out and I was just trying to chase the back end coming off the corner. So I was feathering a little bit, but like you said, it's fast. You can run pretty wide open almost, but like you said, it's still got that good old Michigan feel.
Yeah, one of the tracks that's so unique, man, where you just really feel almost like you're on ice.
How bad is it, Frank?
When you talk about the the egg underneath the throttle, that's definitely it. It's like 88%, 92, 96, 88 as you try to pedal through, especially 3 and 4, to try to get the best speeds on that lap.
And at this track with this new package, I'm expecting to see some 3 wide racing because you can do 3 wide and it'll stick. You just gotta, hopefully you got a bunch of guys that know what they're doing, and you can make it work, and it makes for some exciting racing.
All right, so in the top 5 we have Parker, Durham, Wilson, Barry, and Powell. So Josh Powell has made himself, got himself into the top 5 here.
He's definitely no stranger to running up near the front.
All right, we're side by side, about to go green again here until lap 25 for the end of stage 1. I'm really interested to see what happens, after about, 15, 18 laps, how the tires are and how spread out the field might get.
Yeah, I think with this package and this track, it's going to be one of those, once these tires get some wear on them, you're going to start seeing the comers and goers.
All right, this time the leader will control the start, which should have him a little bit more spread out. And I would assume the number 5 is going to be able to take that second spot from the 72, and let's see if the 72 can kind of close that gap. Similar to super speedways, right? Just close that gap, get underneath as soon as you can. But we're back to racing here at Michigan, USRC Live.
Looking to see if this 5 car tries to steal some positions.
And we're back to green. Nose to tail, the 5 trying to push the 024. The 72 got a great jump. Usually you don't see people, be able to go from that outside line as fast as he did there. But he is going to lose the spot to the 5. Glenn's going to go high, see if he can make the pass up there. Looks like we got a few Chevys up there with a Toyota coming in to mix it up real quick.
Yeah, and here comes Josh Powell on the inside. He's going to try to get second.
And he's got it. Yeah, those the 5 and the 72 went up really high right there. Pull back and look at some of these some of this action. These cars side by side here. Whoa, Glenn's taking that really high line. It looks like he's going to have great runoff here. But it's not going to be enough to make the pass on Powell. And now it looks like we're single file here on lap 10.
Oh, now we got Josh going for the lead.
Josh
Tries to get
Powell.
underneath the 024.
That's right. There's not many Toyotas out there, but this man's going to wheel the hell out of the ones that are.
But see that, and you see what's happening to him. He's dropping back. You get down so low at this track, and that's where the car really gets loose. And he probably had to back out of it, and that cost him about 3 positions.
And now everyone just kind of steamrolled past him. And he might lose this spot to JW as well, because right now everyone's kind of lined up against you at the draft, but he does have a little bit of help coming from Chase Alvey, the number 96. Who Chase is going to go back up high, so. John Dews has made the race today. You don't see John Dews a whole lot.
Yeah, he. I think we saw him last week at what was it, Pocono, and unfortunately he got taken out in an incident. But I think this is his second race in a row, so hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of him.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see that 02 out there a little more often. We'll tease him with some Twitch TV time here. Maybe he will come back for us. Let's take a look at Frank's ride here. Yeah, kind of crinkled up.
Yeah, kind of like when you empty a bag of Skittles, crinkle up the wrapper and throw it out.
That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like he pulled that out of the garbage. And looks like the 5 is going to try to take the lead here. On lap 12, I think he's going to lead this one. But here comes 024. Like we talked about again, we talk about every week.
I might blow up here, John, and if I do, I'm just going to go to the wall.
Glenn was trying to stay a little bit off that seam there.
Sounds like Frank's engine might be letting go.
And that's going to be a bummer for Frank.
270.
Wow, that's pretty early. Pretty early in the race to end up behind the wall. It's a shame.
Yeah, we just heard he's got his temperatures are about 270, which is kind of high. So I think that's his oil pressure.
Yeah, once you start getting up there to that 265, you know that there's only a matter of time before that thing's gonna give up on you. Okay, here comes Powell. Toyota trying to get some here, but he's not going to have any help. Now the 5 was giving a little help to 024, then he said, no, I actually want the lead here. See if Glenn can make the pass. He's going to be right above that seam where he wanted to be. He should have some good drive off. Let's see if DiMaggio Jr. Glenn's going to lead that lap.
Glenn's just going to lead that lap. That was pretty close.
That's back-to-back laps. He's just by a nose. You know, that might be what we see at the end of the race. You know, maybe we get a late race caution. That might be something we'll see. A move we'll see again is somebody might be able to barely make it to the start-finish line before that outside car.
Powell giving a good shot to the 024, trying to push him past. But meanwhile, these three have kind of opened up a little bit of a gap to fourth place Josh Durham.
We have the 72 and the 33 right behind him, kind of pushing away. Jordan Berry, the number 26, is also behind him. Yeah, there's a string of cars here. The 96, the 26, the 33, and the 72. Let's see if they can stay lined up and try to get up with those guys. But right now, these guys are putting on a hell of a show, and Powell's going for it again.
Wow, Powell got a heck of a run going down the backstretch and easily snags the lead going into 3.
I mean, he really stuffed it into 3, made it stick.
Oh, Glenn Wilson in the grass.
Glenn has a side job, cutting grass. Let's see if we can find that. Let's go back to instant replay here. Looks like he's coming off a 4. Really high. Oh, there he goes. Into the grass. But such a G, such a veteran. Able to keep that thing together. Kind of reminiscent of the 94 earlier in the race. You know, getting totally sideways and losing it, but being able to keep it together and keep this thing green.
And meanwhile, Dylan Parker and Josh Powell are side by side for the lead.
These guys are just putting on a show here at Michigan. I mean, this track has always been some of the best racing on the circuit, but with this downforce package that they have right now, I'm hoping this is what we're going to see the entire race. So these cars side by side battling, jockeying for position, and see who's going to lead lap after lap.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are still side by side, and now Dylan Parker finally gets around the 3. So we'll put Dylan Parker back to the lead.
Let's take a ride inside of Powell's car. Let's get into the... Let's see here. How about we do the gyro? Let's go ahead and take a lap around. As you see him get real loose right there. Car's getting real light as he comes off a 2.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. As these tires wear, that thing's going to start getting loose coming off these corners. So you really got to, be mindful of the throttle and not to snap that back end around.
Wow, he's able to really keep up his momentum pretty well right there, but there he's getting loose. That was what we were talking about, that Michigan feel to where you kind of feel like your hands are going back and forth a little bit, the throttle's going in and out. Makes it so fun to race, but so tough. We go down the backstretch. Starts to really pull up because of that draft, but right about now it's time to get back in the turn. See his RPMs there, about 7,900.
And you see that 024 wiggled a little bit in front of him. That allowed him to get to the inside.
There he goes, down on that apron. Unlike Talladega and Daytona, beneath the line is actually okay here. Whoa, we get real loose, real loose.
Oh, wow.
Real loose.
Wow.
We're still fighting it. We're fighting it, Ryan. Oh. And you see him really have to get out of the throttle there.
Outstanding job of keeping it off the wall coming out of 2, though.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was about to turn that thing around.
And it looks like Chase Alvey decided to join this party. He says, hey, I want some of this. I want to lead this race.
Here we go. I haven't seen a whole lot of Chase lately, but here he comes, making a run at Dylan Parker. A couple of the younger guys here at USRC battling in that first and second position. The 96 is another car that... Oh, there goes the 3.
Yeah, he's getting real loose.
He's able to keep it together somehow, only losing one position so far. He's going to lose another one to Barry here. Wow. Yeah, Powell's just looking to get to the end of this stage. Looks like he took all the good off those tires, and looks like 96 goes way up high. Coming down. Thought he might have lost it, but I think he was just trying to arc the turn, see if he could get some good momentum and good drive off.
Yeah, you can see Chase gets that little bit better of a run coming off the corners as he closes in on him on the straightaway when he takes that high side.
Here we go. We're going to have 2 laps to go before the end of the stage. Who's going to want this win more? Stage win may not be a race win, but outside of an actual win. We're winning a stage is fantastic. Plus those 10 bonus points you get to keep with you. You really, really want to try to win these stages. Right now, these two are battling to see who's going to win this one.
Yeah, battling for a stage win is like battling for the win for the race, because those points are so precious, and you're gonna be thankful when you get them come near the end of the season when you carry them over.
And there goes the 96. Chase is going to take the lead here with 1 lap to go here. These guys are putting on a hell of a show here at Michigan. Dylan and Chase. 024 is going to try to get underneath him into 1. He really drove it down in there.
But Chase is going to get this real good run off the corner. Here he comes. Look at, he's got a full head of steam, and he's going to go back on the inside.
Here we go for the end of the stage here. One of the most exciting stages we've seen so far this year, as we get ready to call a caution here. It looks like Chase is going to win this stage.
Chase Salvi's going to win stage 1.
Oh, it might. For some reason, it's not, Rick.
Brian, stage?
I'm not able to call anything for some reason. I'm not set up as admin or something in the server.
Sorry guys, Brian must be out in the garage or something.
Nope, it's because I don't have fucking rights for some reason on this.
Brian's on the wrong channel.
Stack.
Go back and make everything's right at the line.
Yeah, if you guys can hear me, I don't have admin commands for some reason in the server right now.
Thanks for our other two.
We can't hear you, Brian, if you're trying to talk to us. I noticed you're talking in the stream.
So Brian's on all teams, we're probably just on drive.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't have admin in this server right now. I don't know why.
How do you not have that?
What?
I don't know, you tell me. I don't know. For some reason, I don't have admin in it. I can't even. I could never get to the admin channel.
Hold on,
and when I
say
was trying to throw it-
something.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's weird. Can you say something in?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
there
I
I
just
just
turned
have
on all
something else
teams.
hooked up. Hold on a second. In all teams?
Yeah, and I
Test,
can do
test,
it.
test.
Drivers, actually. Brian, you now have admin rights.
How weird is that, dude?
I'm
Must
sorry,
have been
Brian. Like
since the
it was
update.
set up for everybody to have the admin. So.
Oh, I know. I think it's just that since that update, things are acting funny, but my OBS is all jacked up too, but... Alright, cool. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. We'll just go back there and check it afterwards, but it has to be something to do with that update. Can you guys actually hear me in the iRacing channel now?
No.
Do, 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 do. Yeah, who knows, man? I have it all set up there. I don't know why iRacing's being crazy. Yeah, I'm set up to my... Test, test, test.
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, because I had to get to admin to do it.
Let you know.
So weird. Thanks. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. The iRacing update jacked up a lot of stuff. We'll go back there and fix that, like JW was saying. Congrats on the win. On that stage win there. I forgot who even won. But alright, I'll go to the other channel. Sorry, guys.
Bye, Brian.
Bye. Eventually.
He's
Alrighty. Hey, we're back to admins. What up, Ford Racer? We've just been dealing with all kinds of crazy stuff today. Like, I have no admin abilities. Alright, Ryan. I think we got this part worked out now.
Oh, that's a relief. Technical difficulties are never
Yeah.
any fun.
As it is, I have to wipe out my entire OBS and recreate all of my scenes because I have something's wrong with OBS. But I don't know why iRacing decided to all of a sudden jack us up. That's all right. We fight through it. Try to get things all hooked up here. All right. So I do
Yeah,
have admin commands.
I was watching those pit stops, and I don't know what happened, but Chase Alvey had a 31-second pit stop.
Wow, I wonder if he went to go make a sandwich. Chase is known for leaving during the pit stops, kind of similar to a Joe Petrick that likes to go and get himself snacks and gives himself something to do. I'm sure he'll be driving himself right back through the field, but right now he's going to be restarting in 12th position.
Yeah, it looks like Josh Powell had the fastest pit stop with a 14.1.
Wow, smoking. Let's see here. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more bassy. Looks like Thor saying you have a little bit of reverb here.
That just might be my headset, too.
Yeah, I think you might have the headset. It's just kind of vibration. How am I sounding, Thor? I know you like how I sound. All right. The end of the stage. Next stage is going to be stage 50 here. 20 lap shootout. 4 sets of tires. So, I mean, you're going to use these ones up and go get some new ones. So it'll be interesting to see how hard these guys come out right out the gate, as it's a really short run to try to get themselves another stage win, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see that 96 get back up to the front. I mean, I know we can do it. The kid's fast, so you know, I have no doubt that in a matter of a few laps, he'll be right back up to the front, fighting for that lead.
Right, let's take a look here. Dylan Parker, Josh Powell, Thomas Harmon, Josh Durham, and J.W. Miller. That's your top 5. Followed by Jordan Berry, James Lindo, Jamal Powell, Chase Alvey, Glenn Wilson back there in 10th. Tell you what, this is about as fun as it gets here on this next restart. You know, you have enough experience, you got 30 laps under your belt, you're feeling pretty good, you think you know what your car is doing. So let's see what happens when you have fresh tires, you're in the pack. Who's going to make some moves and try to get themselves that track position that is so hard to get back once you lose it?
Yeah, and like you said, this is going to be a shorter run to the next stage, so you might see guys pushing the issue a little bit harder, especially if they're near the back, like guys like Glenn Wilson and Chase Alvey.
Pace car taking a hard left. We're back to racing. USRC live here on Twitch. Here we go. I think the 3's going to get a pretty good run here. Oh, there's Thomas Harmon.
Harmon giving the 0.24 a shot.
He's going to try to give him a nice push, get him out in front, and see if he can take the lead going into 3. Here comes Powell. That outside lane with the 3, the 72, the 33, and then the 5. Glenn Wilson kind of jacked up in the back end of his car. Right now he's able to hang on. Looks like Thomas Harmon is going to take the lead here. Ooh. Harmon to the lead, being pushed by Jordan Berry, that number 26. And here comes 024, being pushed by the 3. Here we go, into turn 1.
Yeah, big shout out to Jordan Berry. I mean, he's right up there with these guys.
Ooh, as he got the big wiggle, able to chase it up the track there. That's the last thing you want. He's able to gather it back up, but he's going to lose 1 position here to the 72.
I almost gave him the broadcaster's curse.
Yeah, you almost did. He was able to catch it, though. All right, that's a couple of cars on the inside. Thomas trying to keep Parker up there. He wants to try to get as good of arc as possible here into 1 because he's going to need it Thomas
I
going to try to
thought
stuff it in.
Thought Josh Powell was thinking about 3 wide there for a second, but he wisely backed out of it.
Josh is going to have to think about saving his tires. Actually, it's only 20 laps. That's about one time he started to go away last time. So as he tries to go to the inside, here we go. Forget saving those tires. We're going to take them off right now.
Burn them up and get what you can get.
These guys at the front have been so fun to watch, going back and forth. Nobody is happy running second. Everyone wants to be up in the front. Everyone wants to be in the lead. They're all racers. They want to win. They want to be up front. And right now, they're putting on a hell of a show.
And Josh Durham, he's right up there with him. He hasn't gone away.
Josh Durham still mixing it up there in the top 5, sitting in that 3rd position. And that Bartle Skeet Camaro. So it looks like we have 3 Camaros followed by a Toyota, then a Mustang. So Chevy may dominate the top 3 positions, but we do have a couple of the other manufacturers in the top 5. Here goes Thomas. Going down real late, getting real close. Intensity is picking up here on lap 35.
And you always, that inside car, sometimes you see them get a little loose and they start skating up. You just got to be very careful when you run that inside side by side. It's so easy to get loose and slide up into the guy next to you.
As the 024 tries the crossover. Side by side, Dylan's going to lead that lap. Yeah, sitting here watching this race and seeing how fun it looks out there just makes me, I cannot wait for the real life cup race going on tomorrow night in Michigan. So I have something to look forward to in my Monday. A nice hard day's work followed by some cup racing action at Michigan. Looking forward to it. Here goes Thomas.
And there comes Dylan with the trying the crossover.
These guys are so close, racing so tight. Mixing it up, making a little contact. Everyone keeping it together as we go into 1. Dylan goes a little bit below that seam. Probably had to let off just a little bit.
Wow.
Wow.
Thomas back to the inside.
Man, I got excited there. I saw the 96 and the 3 make a little bit of contact there. A couple of cars back there. And here we go.
And as I said before, that 96 is making his way back up to the front.
There goes Chase right behind the 72 right now. And Parker's going to take the lead back. Nope. Harmon's going to take it back from him.
Temporarily.
Yep. They are just swapping here right now. Dylan has the lead. Let's see what happens as we go into 3, but most importantly, let's see what happens as we come out of 4.
I don't think I've seen this much side-by-side racing as we have here in Michigan.
Oh, there's... Oh!
Uh-oh. There goes Thomas through the grass.
Thomas was looking to come up. There was no come up and be hads. Let's see.
Keeps
here.
it pointed straight, goes through the grass, and comes back on the track.
Look at this replay here. Oh, I guess Dylan maybe came down a little bit. He stayed up higher probably than normal. That's just one of those crazy racing things here. Yeah, Thomas wasn't going down to the low lane there. And it's very hard to be that up high car and not know that. So unfortunately, Thomas got collected there, but he was able to keep it together and he should stay in the lead lap here.
Yeah, and then once he gets the caution at the end of the stage, he'll be able to come in, get 4 fresh tires, and I guarantee you he'll be right back in the thick of this.
Here comes Chase Alvey trying to get involved again. Make sure I have my
Big
caution
run on the outside, and he's going to try and get this lead on the outside while Josh Powell goes on the inside of the 024.
All right, Chase Albee to the lead, followed by Josh Powell, Dylan Parker, Josh Durham, and Glenn Wilson. Glenn Wilson with that damaged race car. Looks like he's sitting there in 5th. Ooh. Looks like 024 got a little bit loose as he was actually going into the turn.
Yeah, it looks like Josh Powell got a little loose coming off, so he's going to lose a few positions.
These guys are trying to wheel it right now. I can only imagine what their hands are doing inside of that race car. And here comes Glenn trying to stuff it down in there. Currently in that 3rd position here. Glenn, with that banged up race car, pieces probably hanging off, is able to keep himself up in the top 5. Going to get himself some good stage points if he can keep this position. And Dylan's coming back. Side by side here. I mean, this has been 20 laps of non-stop action, side by side, jockeying for position, swapping lead back and forth as Dylan takes the lead here. And we've seen the 96 take that run before where he just gets really high in 4 and tries to use his momentum off to see if he can beat him into 1.
Yeah, we've had 20 laps of last lap style racing.
Yeah.
Jordan Berry gets into the wall coming off a 2. Just scraped it a little bit.
Gonna lose a few positions here. And we're gonna be coming up on 2 laps to go this time around.
Chase is looking to take stage 2 as well, so see if Dylan can hold him off.
Right about now, those tires are feeling pretty greasy, I would imagine. So this should make for some interesting racing as they try to hold on to these race cars. Whoa, as we see Glenn nick that wall just a little bit. Just a little bit. Calm down, Glenn. All right, coming on 1 lap to go here in stage 2.
See if Chase can hold off Dylan Parker and get stage 2 as well.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to do because I think the car behind them might be able to take that draft and do something with it. But this will be an interesting little setup to see how we're going to end up finishing this.
Dylan's going to the inside, see if Chase can get that big run on the outside, maybe fight back for it.
Let's see what happens as we come to the start-finish line. And it looks like Dylan is going to win that stage. Congratulations on that stage win, Dylan. Ooh, that was some tight...
Hey, I thought it was 50.
Oh, shit! God damn it, I totally biffed that one, guys. I don't know why I was thinking 45, man. I have no idea why. God damn it. Well, that's a first. Can this day get any worse? Jesus. Nobody can hear you, Glenn. Hey, sorry about that, guys. That was totally my fuck up. For some reason, I was looking. Yeah, unfortunately so. Sorry about that, guys. That's the first time I've made that mistake. I've just been spacing, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why I was looking at that 45 so dang hard.
Yeah, and I didn't even catch it either.
Yeah. When have we ever used stage 40 or 45 laps in and had that? That's so stupid. But man, I was so focused on the 45. I think because maybe I was thinking about a 20 lap run or something. I don't know what. All right. Well, it looks like we're gonna have a little bit longer of a stage here in this final stage.
Well, I know Dylan ain't complaining about this, so he's gonna easily get that early stage win. So it's just gonna make a longer green flag run to the end. So which actually might turn out to be interesting to see how tire strategy and everything plays out.
Yeah, I'm sure Dylan's not really complaining. He's like, yeah, that sounds about right. I would have no arguments either, man. If I'm sitting there and we're in the top 5, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Unfortunately,
50 laps? No, 45. That sounds better.
yeah,
So,
yeah. They must have misheard. Oh, that's a shame. Hey, Glenn. Hey, Glenn. We're having a hard time. We're having a harder time than you guys are out there. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. This has been the day where everything has kind of gone wrong. Let's see if we can at least get to pit road. Can we do that? It looks like Frank just did a drive-through here.
see if Chase can have a better pit stop than his last one. Looks like he's going to have a... No, he's still in pit road.
Oh, my God. Whoa, as we see the 72 getting a little wiggly coming out. 18 to
really
33.
Really close with pit times. Parker with a 14.6. Josh Powell with a 14.5. Durham 14.4. Jordan Berry with a 14.5. All close.
Here comes Glenn coming out. Wonder if he's able to fix a little bit more of that damage. I'll tell you what, it is heating up here in the summer months. Not with just the racing, but inside of this room, it is burning up. No camera for me today because there's a lot of nudity going on here. I'm just sitting in my boxers, just kind of watching this thing happen.
And it's always good to have a mental picture like that, too.
Yeah, you really want to know what your announcers are doing. And yes, I'm sitting here with a nice cold beverage, sitting in my boxers, so take that mental picture with you. All right, I'm going to step away for 1 second, grab myself some nasal spray. I'm starting to get a little bit nasally here. We'll be back with you. We'll follow around Mr. Frank DiMaggio.
Okay, so now with the early stage, we're going to have a longer green flag run or a longer run to the end. So I'm really curious to see what everybody's going to do as far as pit strategies. See if anybody's going to try to conserve their tires or see what anything else is going to happen. But Frank DiMaggio will give up the lead to come down pit road. And that's going to hand the lead back to Dylan Parker.
Do we have green, white checkers in here?
Yeah, it's set up for 2.
Okay, so on the restart, it looks like Dylan Parker, Josh Powell, Josh Durham, Jordan Berry, and Jamal Poe are going to be your top 5.
So Ryan, I was sitting in the garage and I was thinking, do you think that's ever happened in a real life NASCAR event where some jacko just started waving like the flag at the wrong time? I need some answers.
I can't honestly say I've ever seen it happen. I mean, I've seen them throw cautions for no reason, but
hey, there you go.
You know.
There was the debris on the track. That's what it was. Yeah. Yep, it was debris on the track. That's what we should have told him. Damn it, Ryan. We didn't think about that one in time. We had to call that caution for debris.
We had debris. Frank was throwing empty bags of Skittles out the window.
Yeah, that's right. It's for their safety. It's for their safety, so don't question us.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that getting caught on the grill and having somebody blow up and, you know.
That's right. Pace car is off. We're back to racing here. Lap 51. 50 laps to go. Right on the head. This will work out perfectly.
Oh, look. And Dylan got a really good jump on that one.
So I guess I would assume, right? 25 and 25, you split this in half?
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm not sure what you can get, how many laps you can go on a full tank, but I mean, if I was out there, that's probably about, assuming we're going to run all the way to the end, green flag, that's what I would do, is I would probably split it right in the middle.
Here comes the 72, trying to get himself some. Diving it down in there hard. Oh, drifting up maybe a little bit, a little wiggly.
Oh, it looks like Jamal got a little loose. Keeps it together.
Jamal's just going to go ahead and mow that grass a little bit. Maybe he saw where Glenn missed a spot, and he wanted to do something, but here comes the 38.
Yeah, you gotta do a thorough job when you're cutting that lawn.
Yeah, you don't want someone to have to go back over your work. It's clearly the 18 had to do right there. Man, I thought there was going to be a wreck right there. I saw the 72 really start to chase it.
Guys keeping it together and putting on a heck of a show. As whoa, up and Dylan and the 72 get together, but again, Josh Durham keeps it together. Wow. He's going to lose a bunch of spots, but keeps it pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, we've been seeing that a bunch today. Everyone's been able to keep it together. He's going to lose a bunch of spots there. But he's able to hold on to the race car. Thomas Harmon's pulled off to a couple car length lead over the 3 of Josh Powell.
And you can just see how important that draft is here.
As these guys are battling, let's take a look back in the pack here. In the 14th position, we're looking at Mr. John Dews right there. Good to see Dews. Jonathan Thomas, JT, you heard JT laughing at me on the intercoms. Thanks a lot, JT. It's not very cool. And that very noticeable number 52. We definitely know that paint scheme now. Our man Jordan
I can't
Berry.
miss that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Got Jordan Berry here. What is that? Jets? I'm not sure what that is. Sounds like a dishwasher detergent, but I don't know. Jamal Poe in that Auto Guard Chevrolet. Oh, our man James Lindo, the number 91. He's in a Yeet car. Is that what that is? What is that? A Yeti? Oh, it's a Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti.
I thought it was a Yeet car. So that was number 11. I don't see Matt Burgess' typical paint scheme here.
He's running looks like an old Darrell Waltrip Tide Ford Mustang throwback.
We're going to have to go ahead and try to check that out because for some reason my trading paints won't update them. That's a shame. See if we can update that because Mr. Burgess actually has, typically he always has some really great paint schemes. See if we can give him a refresh now. Give him some proper TV time here. Nope, we're just not going to be able to get him, unfortunately. But I bet it looks good. Alright, that white car right there, as it tries to render, is the number 5 of Glenn Wilson. You can always tell by those rims.
Good old Pepsi.
JW. So he's in like a solid black card today. We see that after the little refresh. Frank DiMaggio, as always, back in the 5th position.
Mr. Skittles himself.
All right, now we see Chase in a different car, so I guess that's Chase's paint scheme. Thomas Harmon, are you seeing that 38, the same color I am, that all pink?
I'm seeing is black, white, Avril Lavigne with the pink numbers.
Yeah, I don't know why I see everything on my computer has gone awry today. There he goes. Now it's updating back the way it was. Alrighty, everybody. Good night. No, it's just kind of how things have been going. It's like nothing makes any sense. Like everybody's paint scheme went default for some reason when I tried to update it. Okay, let's see if we can see the 11 now. Oh, still can't see him. Oh, the 11. Oh, there he is. All right. Yeah, it's definitely a DW or any other guys.
Oh, Ricky Rudd.
Yep.
Whoever you want it to be.
All right, Dylan is taking over the lead here. About 4/10 of a second. I wonder how many guys are trying to save their stuff right now. Next race for the Xfinity Series. Where is the Xfinity Series at next week, Ryan?
That I have no idea. I've been, I'm still kind of wonky after finally winning a race. So
That's right.
But yeah, my mind's blank on the. I'd have to look at the schedule, see where we are.
Yeah, we definitely have the road course section coming up in the Xfinity Series because the Xfinity Series races Road America, Watkins Glen, and what is that third one?
I think don't they go to Road America as well?
Road America, that's right. Yep. So those are going to be some really good races in the Xfinity Series. We might see some of these road ringers show up and try to get themselves a trophy for one of those road courses.
Yeah, and that's where I'll show my experience for a drop week.
That's a veteran move right there. It's a bold veteran move.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I am not a road racer. I'm not good at it. So instead of going out there and risking causing problems, hey, I'll take a night off, take a drop week, and get back at it when we go to an oval. And here we go. We got a wreck. Josh Powell spinning on the backstretch.
See, oh, he's able to.
Sorry, Josh.
See what happens here. Ooh, we want to
Looks
go to
like
Powell.
he got together with somebody.
I think it's gonna be. Oh, looks like he was getting a little bit loose, and then Chase just kind of finished him off. But I think he was already getting loose. What I was looking at is some of the racing going on between the 38 and the 96 before. These guys made a little bit of contact here. I try to go
Looked
back
like
and
Powell just scraped the wall and had to get out of it, and the 96 got into him and turned him around.
All right, let's see if we can get a look at these guys. As we see in the replay, Thomas go up. Just a little bit of contact. There's been a lot of contact between the 38 and the 024 today. Thomas goes high. Yeah, they're not really giving each other a whole lot of room out there because there's a lot of, people not going all the way out to the wall. They're going down low, and you're just kind of maintaining your position. So it's created some interesting moments here at Michigan, but super fun to watch.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's fun to watch, but I'm sure these guys tend to get a little frustrated with the the contact and the start to have to drive it like dirt track style to save it. So
yeah,
I know that can get pretty frustrating.
And you don't want to see something end up developing to where an incident comes up on the course. But when you're racing hard, you're really fast. That's what racing's all about. Putting it all out there, letting it all hang loose. Let's see who's gonna see. Pardon me. Let's see who's gonna have the advantage coming out of the pits here. Frank doing his standard drive-through. Speaking of Frank, there's a Canadian flag flying right there. Here comes JW, followed by Thomas. Oh, that wasn't. I always have trouble with these colors. I guess that was Actually, JT.
Jonathan Thomas, yes?
Yeah. It's the black with that green. Always catches my eye. Maybe I'm colorblind. Who knows? And here comes these two. Kind of slow here. So Glenn Wilson had a 40-second stop. Let's see what happened to Powell. 26-second stop. So probably had about 10 seconds of damage, maybe 9 seconds. That's all I guess, but... Right now, in the lead, the number 11 of Matt Burgess. Came out number 1. He had a 15.6 second pit stop, so it wasn't the best in the world. But the other guys...
Not the best, but enough to give him... Well, looks like he's going to be coming back in.
Oh, well. See who's going to inherit this? Looks like Frank might inherit this. If he decides to stay out. All right, now it becomes a little bit more complex, right? Because now we would be looking at a 35-lap run.
And I'm not positive, but the question is, could you make it the rest of the way without stopping?
I think that you might be able to, but I'm just wondering what those tires would look and feel like after 30 laps. But we'll see. I'm sure somebody's going to try it, see if they can capture themselves a win by playing the fuel mileage game.
Hey, why not? It worked for me.
That's right. And I'm thinking everyone can go from here. So I'd be planning on trying to take it all nice and easy. Save those tires.
I think it's not going to be so much fuel management, it's going to be tire management.
You know, and if we get another caution here relatively short, it's going to be interesting to see with the tire allotments, because they only had 4 tire changes. They've already gone through 3 of them, I would assume. So I would assume they're just sitting on one last set.
And another thing we also have, we have 2 attempts at a green-white checker if needed.
That is pretty awesome. iRacing with their updates, have added the green-white checker, which is awesome. So not only do we have the Mustang now, we have these awesome stadium trucks. Now they've added the green-white checkered, so that's pretty awesome. So if we do have a caution, we'll have a chance to re-rack them and go for it again here at Michigan.
Yeah, that, and we actually have a flag man that actually does his job. So I actually see him waving the flag now.
I saw that the other day, and I thought, dude, that's pretty freaking cool. We actually have a flag man waving the flag. So all those little small things that they're deciding to do really adds to the realism. Looks really cool, especially when you're down there on the track.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what I've been telling people. I said, a lot of people will look for the big things in iRacing, but me, just adding things like a flag man that waves the flag, or even like the little flash bulbs in the crowd, little stuff like that is what I pick up on, and just that little bit of added details adds to the realism, which makes it more exciting.
Yeah, and when you kind of look at the track right now, here's another one of the recent updates with the weather. So you kind of see everybody's just now getting out of the shade right there. That's because of the moving clouds, right? Now we're going into a part on the track that's going to be a lot sunnier, and then they'll go back underneath the clouds. So the track is actually going to change at different points, right? It's going to be a little bit slicker or have a little bit more grip, depending on where those clouds are at in relation to the track.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that's really, they've made a huge improvement on.
So it looks like JW Miller is going to take him to the green here as we go on lap 66 of 100. USRC Cup Series live from Michigan.
And they're already 3 wide. Glenn Wilson high, Thomas Harmon in the middle, and JT on the low side.
Yeah, it's go time. We see Glenn going up real high here. Take a look at Thomas. Thomas is going to try to dice through the field as quickly as possible, try to get back up there, and he's already within striking distance.
And how about Jamal Poe to the lead?
With a nice little help from his friends there, the number 3. Ooh, you see the car's getting real light right there. And JW is just giving everything he can to Pow to try to push him to the lead so he can try to get it from him. Oh, I'm going to pull out and get a little better view of this. This is some awesome racing here at Michigan. 3 wide there for a hot second as we come off of turn 2. Oh, hit the wall.
Oh,
Jordan Berry.
Berry.
Wow.
Oh. Hopefully the window net
Yeah,
is down.
That was me.
Yeah, he's okay. Oh, he might have made contact with
See,
Glenn.
looks
Goes down
like-
low.
Yeah, it looks
Oh.
like Glenn might have come up and put him in the wall, and then he hits that inside wall and just destroys the nose of that 26 car.
Yeah, I don't know if Glenn knew he was there. He was chasing the race car. Didn't really seem like he was chasing it too much. He's just gonna drift up there and just forget there's other cars there. Oh, that's a damn. It's a hard lick for Barry. Now caution has came out. Who has those extra tires? Who's going to use them? Who's going to wait and use them maybe after the next caution? So be very interesting to see what happens with these tire strategies. Wowzer.
That was a pretty hard impact, but you know, fortunately, that's with these high speeds, you just turn down to that inside wall and you just stand on the brakes, but you're going so fast the car just doesn't even slow down that much before you make contact with that inside wall.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to sit here and think, if I was a crew chief, what would I be doing right now? And if I had one set of tires, I would leave my guy out there, assuming there's going to be another caution. I think that within 15 or 20 laps, you'll see a caution come out, maybe like 10 or 12 to go. And having a new set of tires would be just dandy. But if you thought it would be going green, you'd come in and take your last set now. So I think by the fact that everyone's staying out there, I think we have our answer what they're thinking.
Yeah, I think the guys that still have maybe one set of tires left, they're gonna stay out and maybe bank on a later caution, and maybe within the last 10 laps or so. And if that happens, you're gonna see these guys come in and take that last set.
So let's see, did anyone come in this last time around? I guess, not exactly sure who might have came in. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, JW, that 33, got himself in prime position. We haven't seen him mixing it up in the top 5 yet, but just like last week, he's found a way to put himself in that position. Let's see what he's going to do. Maybe he can get himself out front.
Yeah, I mean he's been up there. I mean this last half of the race, he's been making his presence known that, hey, I'm up here and I can win this race just as much as anybody else.
We'll stroll through the field here. Is a good looking car, man. That Tide car, I tell you what. Hey, speaking of good looking cars, there's Frank sitting back there in 8th. Captain Bonesteel, with all that damage that Glenn had from early in the race, he's still been able to mix it up. And he might be one of those guys, if a caution falls at the right time and he has one more set of tires, he might be able to take that banged up Chevrolet and put it in victory lane.
And if I'm looking at things correctly, it looks like the 11 of Matt Burgess is the only Mustang in the field right now, and looks like Josh Powell is the only Toyota. Everything else, everybody else is in a Chevrolet.
Everyone else, yeah, there is not many Fords. Only one, wow. Ford needs to do something. They need to try to get some more drivers in their car.
Well, Jordan Berry was in a Ford. But unfortunately, he had that hard impact, and I think he's out of the race. Yeah, he's out.
Thomas led 4 laps today. Couple for JW. Dylan has led 41. So he is by far the most dominant car here today. But let's see if he can get it done here in this last, geez, probably about a 29-30 lap run that we'll go on here. See if they go side by side this time around.
Yeah, that's the one thing in any form of motorsports. You know, you can lead the most laps, be the dominant car, and still not win. I've seen it over and over again. So I mean, it's that last lap that matters.
Yeah, a lot of guys will be fast for 2/3 of the race, but can they finish? And that's what you see a lot of those veteran guys, those guys like Frank DiMaggio, that kind of sit back and know how to manage the race. And that's something that a lot of these guys have to learn. Is the best way to manage the race is going to give themselves an opportunity to win, and not just go so hard that you end up putting yourself in the wall and ruining your weekend.
And for the most part, that strategy that Frank's been doing, riding in the back and then making his charge when he needs to, it's been working for him.
All right, so it looks like Powell's going to choose the inside. There's JW. I think we're in for a wild restart here. Because so many fast cars that I think if you're up in the top 2 or 3, you might be able to hold on to that position. Maybe get yourself a win here at Michigan. All right, hopefully this is the last time the pace car will take that hard left down pit road. As we're back to racing, USRC live from Michigan. Josh Powell, Dylan Parker, front row. Josh will wait, and he will go. Got them a little bit slowed up.
He got a good jump, too.
Yeah, he did. Everybody was kind of looking to go a little bit sooner. Let's see if JW can get up and take that second spot. Now he's not going to be... Oh, yeah, he's able to get there. Now let's see what happens with 024 and the 38 as they try to go low.
And you got those fresh tires. Well, actually, no, because these guys didn't pit. So, you got to make the moves when you can.
And 3 wide here for the lead. We're going balls to the wall here at Michigan. All or nothing. 3 wide. And here comes JW wanting a piece of this. Coming to the start-finish line, looks like Thomas is going to barely lead that. The good push from JW. Now let's see what happens here out of 2 with that outside lane. Thomas wisely goes up, and he goes back down. Going back
that
up.
outside's getting a big run.
And a little bit of
and there goes
contact.
Dylan Parker.
Oh, and the
Catches
18.
the 18. Oh, man.
Talk about finishing races.
And the 24, the 96 gets involved.
Wow, it's the big one here at Michigan. Let's take a look at this replay. I think we're going to have to go to the blimp view to really see what was going on here as these guys were jockeying for position. Let's go back here. It's going to happen in our next turn. We're going down the straightaway. Thomas going low. He's going high. He's going to come back high. Dylan goes low. Oh, and then JW just caught him. Just caught him in the bottom. He caught him in the bottom.
Looks like Chase went real high to avoid it, got loose, and then he spun down and nailed the 18 car. So, man, what a shame.
Take a look at this one more time as everyone's trying to make moves. There's not a lot of places to go. Everyone's trying to maintain their spot. Yeah, wow. Unfortunate for 18. So you said the 96. Take a look at Chase. Let's ride around with him. See if we can get this cockpit here. All right, we're watching the replay here. The number 96, Chase Alvey, watching all this craziness happen. It's letting off. He's like, I made it. Oh, I almost got, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, that's a shame. Let's look at that one more time. Like, oh, I made it past it. Wait, hold on. No, I made it. No, I didn't. Oh. All right, who has that set of tires, or do you use them yet? Probably not. Hold on to them. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you get that's the one question you got to ask yourself: is that going to be the last caution, or should I wait and maybe, take the chance of saving them in case we get a green-white checker? What do you do?
I'm just thinking with 20 laps left, this might not be the last one. But it's so hard to guess. But I think I'd really hold on to, that last 15 laps, hoping to caution.
So after that, it looks like Thomas Harmon, Josh Powell, J.W. Miller, Josh Durham, and Glenn Wilson are the top 5.
And I don't think the 024 got too much damage. So it looks like a 36-second stop, so probably about 20 seconds of damage. But I don't think it's any worse than the 5 had. He might be able to get himself a good, solid top 5. Well, it's been everything we thought it would be. Some good long runs, some short caution-filled runs, but some side-by-side action the whole way around. And right now, it's go time.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the most exciting races I've seen here at Michigan. I mean, like you said, we've had everything. We've had cars going sideways, cars cutting the lawn, going 3 wide,
Yeah,
cautions, wrecks, something for everybody.
that's right. Tomorrow afternoon, the Real Life Cup race will be racing at Michigan on Fox Sports 1. Make sure you check that out because I think it's going to be very similar action to what we're seeing right now, with a lot of real tight drafting going on and probably a lot of mistakes happening as well. So looking forward to seeing that tomorrow night.
It definitely should be a good one.
All right, who has the freshest tires? All the way looks like Frank only took fuel, looks like, on the last one. John Dews might have the freshest tires out there by about a handful. And that 5 or 6 laps, that'll actually pay off. Man, if he could get himself a nice long run right now, I think he'd get himself a real nice finish with that little bit fresher tires. But if a caution comes out and he didn't save that last set and just used them, it might come up to bite him. But at this point, you got to do whatever the other guys are not doing to try to give yourself an opportunity to win here at Michigan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, now, that track position is going to mean everything. But like you said, if he's got fresher tires and for some reason we go green the rest of the way, that just might be in his benefit.
All right, looks like we're side by side here. 23 laps to go here at Michigan. Thomas Harmon, Josh Powell, J.W. Miller, Josh Durham, Glenn Wilson, your top 5. Glenn Wilson somehow still in that top 5. Matt Burgess, number 11 and 6th. John Dews in 7th. JT, Jonathan Thomas, number 52. James Lindo, number 91. Frank DiMaggio. Dylan Parker is going to restart in 11th. And then you have Chase Alvey in that 12th position, trying to get back up to speed.
I don't know how bad a damage he had in that incident, but see if he's can somehow get his way back to the front.
All right, here we go. Another wild restart. Pace car taking the left onto pit road. This could be the last restart. You got to get as many positions as possible. And we're back green here. Lap 78 of 100 at Michigan. Side by side has kind of been the story tonight. As we see these guys go down into one. see the 5 just ready to get sneaky. It looks like we're going to go 3 wide right here as Captain Bonesteel takes the opportunity to go 3 wide. Let's see how this is all going to shake out here as we go into turn 3. I don't know if there's enough room out there, even in Michigan. Keeping it together.
He backed out of that one.
Ooh. Thomas is going to lead that lap. And JW is trying to get to that next position. Thomas goes high to try to get the art. JW stays down low. Let's see how this works out here as we come out of 2. Business is heating up at Michigan.
Here comes the 5 again. He's going to go 3 wide again, only on this time he's in the bottom instead of the middle.
This is going to be a dangerous one. Can he hold it on? Oh, as we see a little blinking going on. JW activated the blinker. And, you know, the 5 is going to make a 2-for-1 right there. Going down low, 3 wide to make the pass. Get himself in that second position as we're coming up on 21 laps to go here at Michigan. Wow, 3 wide again. This time the 72's in the center. JW has to back out.
Dylan Parker, apparently he didn't have that much damage because he's right back there at 3rd place.
While these guys are mixing it up, yeah, we're going back 3 wide here at Michigan. Every lap we're 3 wide. And Dylan wants to try to get back to the lead. Sticks it down in there. And there he goes, and bringing the 5 with him. 5 trying to get on the outside. A little help from the 38. Blend by a nose into 1. Gets down low.
Cut that corner and drive
Contact.
down, and
And that's going to take...
And they're wrecking again.
That's going to... Yeah, these two have been kind of going at it all night, so this is in no way a surprise in what's been going on here. And yeah, that time he was chasing it up the track, and he got into Thomas.
Yeah, they made contact quite a bit during this race, and it finally, got out of control.
Yeah, you can kind of see those things brewing. As close and as hard as they were racing, and the bumping, the banging. And right now, you're going for it all, and I think the 024 gets loose, chases it up the track, and he's going to take out the 38, and unfortunately, the 11's going to get some of that too. Man, and Chase is able to get around that. Let's take a look from Chase's view here, as he is able to barely get her out of that. So here's Chase. He's sitting back here with a pretty broke up car. Taking it easy, like, oh, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Oh, snap. Yeah, that wasn't too close. All right. Who has the tires? Because we just can't even get to the last 10 laps here. I tell you what, there's going to be some sore feelings at the end of this one. It looks like everybody is coming in. Is everybody using their last set? I think everyone's going to be on that same strategy. I would like to see one person stay out there, because if you can hold on to those one last set of tires, you get a caution with 7 laps to go. We go green with 4. You can win this whole thing. But then again, I'm not slipping and sliding on those used tires that they got right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would do something like that. I mean, because my fear is being run over by the guys with the fresh tires. So I think if I had one set, I would come in with these guys now and use it and just pray that it goes green the rest of the way.
And Frank's going to come out with a 14.4 second pit stop. Glenn with a 5.3. So almost 1 second difference there is going to allow Frank to come out in the lead. And look, just like every week, those veterans, guys that know how to finish races, like that 24 Frank DiMaggio, is, he's really good about not getting himself too worked up into the racing going on out there. Because, a lot of times we have tight racing. You start to get a little bit worked up, driving a little harder than you would. But guys like Frank are just such great veterans. They're like that Mark Martin, nice, cool, calm, and easy. And he's putting himself in a great position here at the end to possibly win this thing, or at least set himself up for a pretty dang good finish.
Yeah, and it's going to make me wonder. I mean, I think this is going to be the first time we'll see Frank actually out in front with that nose damage. So I don't know how that car is going to be out front as compared to being behind in the draft. So, but I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, it looks like the 72 is clean. JW has a little bit of a crinkle. And then looks like Lindo. Look at Lindo sitting there in the top 4, top 5 right there. That's our man James Lindo, sadistic. Josh Powell sitting there in 5th. Look at JT sitting there in 6th. I would love for JT to get himself a top 5 or even finishing right there. One of our oldest veteran drivers here. Good to see JT out there. Good to see the position he's in right now, but he's still going to have to defend against, looks like Chase, who fixed that thing up real good, and looks like John Dews. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the last few laps here at Michigan. All right.
And unfortunately, a lot of the dominant cars have been involved in something. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be coming out on top now.
Yeah, like we said before, man, we've seen a lot of guys be able to dominate half of the race and not being able to finish it out. So let's see who will be able to finish it today. And I'm going to take this opportunity to run to the restroom real quick. You guys have an opportunity to use the restroom, grab yourself a quick snack. In about 60 seconds, we're going to be back to racing here for hopefully the last green flag run of the day here at Michigan.
I want the top.
All right, so we're getting ready to go green next time around. So it looks like, Frank DiMaggio is going to be your leader. Glenn Wilson second. Josh Durham is going to be third. JW fourth. James Lindow will be fifth. Josh Powell sixth. And it looks like, James Lindow sixth. Jonathan Thomas seventh. Chase Alvey eighth. John Dews ninth. Matt Burgess 10th. And it looks like Harmon's 11th.
All right, Ryan, looks like they are lined up side by side.
And it looks like Frank opted for the outside line on this restart.
Interesting. It's the first time we've seen the leader take the outside. Captain Bonesteel on the inside. We know Glenn's going to make it exciting. JW, I know JW really wants to win. So I think we're going to see, man, we've got the 72 still involved. We've got the 3. Here we go. Pace cars off one last time here at Michigan. Lap 86 of 100. USRC Cup Series live from USRC Live.
They are tight together, man.
The 5 did a great job. It's like he's able to slide in right in front of the 33 possibly. 24 try to get the arc. Going into 1. Here we go.
See how good Frank's car is with that damage out front, but it looks like Glenn Wilson's going to say, hey, not so fast.
Glenn's got damage in the back.
Frank a good push.
Yeah, and yeah, Glenn's stuff's been fixed up pretty good. And if he has someone behind him, it's really going to help that damage he has in the back, whereas opposed to Frank in that front, he's leading. There's nothing that he could do. Whoa, a little bit of contact, I think, there. JW's trying to push Frank. JW might have to give up on Frank, because I don't know if that nose damage is really going to hold him back here.
I mean, so
3
far,
wide.
he's hanging up there pretty good.
Wow, look at that tight racing. How awesome does that look here as we are 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Wow, the 5 and the
Oh,
24.
man, are we going 4 wide?
Oh, we're doing it. This is some amazing racing here at Michigan. Still 3 wide. JW Miller taking it down low. See if he can make it stick coming out of 4. 3 wide to the start finish line. We're on to lap 88 of 100. This is
Now,
some of the best
this is-
racing we've seen.
This is some great stuff. I mean, wow.
Wow, if you're not excited by this, you don't like racing. As you see them side by side here. This is about lap 3 of this run. The 5 on the inside, the 24 and the 3 high, 33 pushing the 5. Here comes the 72, 3 wide again here. Let's do it. Wow. Here we go. That's exactly what Frank wants to see. We just have a cluster at the start-finish line. Who knows who would have even led that lap? Here we go, 3 wide into turn 1. Everybody fighting their race car, fighting the elements, fighting their own nerves to try to
Look
get
at
themselves.
Powell. Wow, Powell had a great run, but he had nowhere to go.
And he just jumped out to the outside the last second. And Glenn's not trying to give him any room. Here we go, 3 wide again. No, 2 wide. Oh, a little bit of contact, the 5 and the 24. Frank's gonna... Wow, I can't believe he didn't crush the wall. Caution does not come out. And goes, there goes the 72 to try to get involved. Wow.
33
There-
gets spun. Wow, what happened here?
Let's just go to the instant replay and see. That was just chaos breaking out. Everybody could see their chance to get themselves a win in the USRC Cup Series. Everyone was going for it. Everyone was banging. Everyone was crashing. We don't even know who's in the lead. So we see, a little contact, the 33 and the 72. 72 goes around the 33 into the wall. Let's see if we can go back one more time and look at that. Let's take a good long look. As we see, we'll start from the point at Pow, jumping all the way up high. Man, there was just so much momentum. Glenn had such a great run. He got to the inside of Frank, makes a little bit of contact. They both spin out. JW about to be right behind Pow. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 72 and the 33. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like the 72 went to dive down. I don't think he realized how close the 33 was, and he just kind of got into him.
Wow. I think everybody's eyes were as big as they could be. I mean, everybody was wide-eyed thinking, oh my God, I could win this one right now. And you're just, not quite as situationally aware as you might otherwise be. But, man, we're going to have a chance at one more restart here. Now, who has the tires?
And take a look at who is in second right now. James Lindo.
James Lindo, the number 91. Let's get a nice, good view of that car. Sadistic sitting there in that second position.
So, do you think anybody has that set of tires left, or?
I think somebody does, and if it was the number 24, I would not be surprised. Let's see here. I don't see his car being lifted up.
I think all these guys are in for damage repair.
Oh,
mostly.
yeah.
And Chase is down and away. Frank's down and away. John Dews is coming out.
Let's see if Dews ended up. Or if Dews took tires.
Yeah, he had a 22.5 second pit stop.
Oh, he didn't take tires, though. Everybody's
I'm
kind of
thinking-
running out.
Yeah, I'm thinking these guys may not have any tires left.
Yeah, because nobody that we've looked at so far has those tires. Yeah,
I'm thinking these guys didn't expect to have this many cautions.
I agree with you, man, because otherwise you'd be putting on some new shoes, and guys are coming into the pits, getting everything fixed up, but they're not going out with new tires. So
I mean, they're all saying, okay, it's Michigan, it's wide, it's fast, got plenty of room. There won't be many cautions.
look at Josh Powell, who came into 2019 so undercover. You know, the first 5 or 6 races until he got his first win. Once he did, he's actually looking to get his 3rd win here of the season. Man, just putting himself in the right positions late in the races, and he might get himself a 3rd win here in 2019.
And how about JT? They're sitting there in 3rd.
JT, shout out to Jonathan Thomas, that number 52. Yeah, his car is all nice and clean too. Nice clean race car, sitting there in the top 5.
Could he be the sleeper this week?
Man, I would love to see someone like the 91 or the 52 slide up into that lead and get themselves a win. So I'm sure they're thinking the same thing, and you start to get a little bit more nervous. You know, I think that when you have multiple wins on your belt, I think like Powell, I think that he already has a couple of wins. He's been running really good. I don't think he has the same pressure on him. But man, if you're someone like the 52 or the 91, man, you could sneak one right here. You got to be getting excited. And then you're looking at the number 96. Chase wants to win one so bad. I think that he might be, a little bit more worked up than someone like Powell that, again, already has 2 wins this season.
Yeah, I mean, for these guys that have, like you said, that have multiple wins, it's,
Does Powell have
you're
3
just looking
wins?
at it as it's just another, race to win. But if you're somebody, that either hasn't won yet or hasn't won in a while, you're getting all excited. Your heart's racing. It's like, I can do this. So, it's just, but but at the same time, when you get all excited like that, sometimes that's where mistakes can happen. So as excited as you are, you also got to, these guys got to keep a cool head on their shoulders and just get the job done.
Yeah, and I'm thinking now, I think Powell actually might have 3 wins because I believe his first 2 wins were unbroadcast and I broadcasted 1. He might be sitting on 3 wins. We'll have to have our statistician take a look at those statistics, but either way, he's having a hell of a year, and if he gets this win, if he already has 3 wins and he gets a 4th one, I mean, he's looking at to be a powerful force here in the summer months.
Yeah, that he will be, because he's looking like the Josh Powell that I'm used to seeing when I first started. I mean, he was one of the ones that was always up front, and he had that little bit of a lull, but now it's looking like he's back to being who he used to be.
Yeah, it seemed like he took some time off during the off season and probably didn't race a whole lot. That's kind of how I felt about it when he first came back in 2019, that maybe he was a little bit rusty, hadn't been racing as much, resting in the off season. It seemed like it just took about a handful of races for him to really shake that off. And right now, he's one of the dominant forces here in the league, as he's able to, more times than not, get himself into an opportunity to get a good finish, if not a win. Dave Rowe is in the house for this last restart as we come up on, what is this going to be? 6 laps to go here. This time around.
6 laps to go. This is going to get interesting. You thought it was interesting earlier? Watch this.
Here we go. Josh Powell, James Lindo, followed by Jonathan Thomas and Chase Alvey. Let's look at some of this action going on back here, as James Lindo is able to sit there comfortably in that 2nd position. There he goes. He's going to try to make a run at Powell.
Going to get that draft. He's gonna suck up right to the 3 car.
Meanwhile, that 24 is trying to get behind the 52 and get himself involved, and the number 91 is going to go down low. Can he make it stick here? Good rotation. Powell's going to have the momentum? No. Lindo to the lead on lap 95 of 100 USRC Cup Series. Can you believe what you're seeing here? Side by side with the 3 going into 1.
And here comes Frank DiMaggio and JT going to get involved in this as well.
What a top 5. How awesome is it to watch that number 91 and the 52 both mixing it up with some of the best in the league, as we see Frank tried to make a move, thought against it, now he's going to try to push Powell. 5 laps to go here at Michigan. 91 setting it down real nice. Powell's getting real high. Real high.
And he's trying to get as big of a run off the corner as he can.
Here we go into 1. James Lindo is trying to make it happen here in Michigan.
He's doing a really good job of holding that inside line. I mean, he's not losing too much speed either.
What a race, what a battle. But if he's gonna win it, he's gonna have to do it about some of the league's best. And here he gets real washed up up high. Let's see if he can get the run. But nope, he's gonna be under assault by Frank. Man, such a great battle. Now it's the battle for the second position here. Nope, they're both coming for the win. A little bit of contact. If you're not making contact here at Michigan, you ain't trying. And here comes Lindo. Here comes Frank. The 3 trying to take away the draft from the... He goes low, he goes high. Coming up on 2 laps to go. James Lindo still mixing it up.
Wow, these guys are really giving it everything they got right now. I guarantee you that.
There you go. Then the 52 is going to want some. See if he can give the 91 a good enough push. Oh, the 3 doesn't really go high. Stays. Kind of missed his mark. Caused the 91 to check up just a little bit. Let's see if the 52 can give him a nice push to get up there. As we're going to be coming up on 1 lap to go this next time around as we enter turn 3. Some of the best racing we have seen all year here at Michigan, the USRC Cup Series. Such a great track. Oh, such a great package. And such great drivers as they...
Final time around.
Look at that, the number 91 side by side going for the lead here. A little bit of contact. Let's see if Lindo can get a good run off.
Oh,
he has
Frank
nowhere
gets
to
a
go.
little loose.
The 3's going to go down low as we come into turn 3. Lindo going a little bit higher. Let's see if he can get that run off. Here we come, coming off a 4.
He's got Frank right there. I don't know where he's going to go.
Wow, he's going for it. Blocked by Powell.
Oh,
He came
Josh
so
Powell's
close.
gonna win.
What a race here in Michigan. Congratulations, Josh Powell. James Lindo drove his heart out. I have never seen him drive so hard, do so well. Congratulations on the win, Powell. Lindo, that was freaking great, man. That was freaking awesome to watch, guys. Hey, I know there's a lot of action going on out there, a lot of people making contact, probably some hurt feelings. But overall, man, I thought it was super fun to watch, dude. This package and this track and all that. Definitely go back and check out the VOD, man, because you guys were looking really good out there. Super fun to watch. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Great race. Congratulations, Powell. Good run, Lindo. And yeah, hang out for some interviews if you like. Let's see if we can see Josh Powell.
Josh Powell's going to burn him down.
Got himself a win. Another win here at Michigan.
I believe he won last week at Pocono, didn't he not?
Yeah, I believe this might be his 4th win of the year.
4th win of the year and 2nd in a row, back to back.
The number 3 is on fire, and that'll show all of those other drivers out there, especially you young, fast drivers. You have to be there at the end to have a chance at winning it. And looks like he has a clean... Well, no, in the back left, he got crumpled up, kind of like Glenn did. As he's going to do the quickie lap here.
I mean, he was involved in that one incident earlier. He got spun down the backstretch. Didn't hit nothing, but, you know, didn't slow him down at all.
As he takes the right turn, looks like he's looking for victory lane. I tell you what, only one Camry in the field, but that's all it took. What a race at Michigan. I can't wait to go back and watch some of the exciting racing side by side. 3 wide, lap after lap. Comers, goers, wrecks, all of that stuff. I mean, Michigan put on the best race so far of 2019, and I can't wait until we have a chance to go back there later in the year.
Oh, I agree. I definitely want to be part of that one when we come back here. I know that for sure.
Let's see if we can get some interviews here. We have Josh Powell. He might be out by himself somewhere. Oh, he's looks like he's joined Team DiMaggio here. Let's try to get a. Maybe we queue it up to that last restart here if possible. Try to queue up. Let's get that queued up. Let's go ahead and we'll pull up Mr. Powell here. Josh Powell, you got a copy?
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good, man. So you have to correct me. Is this your 4th win of 2019?
I think it actually is.
4 wins. We know you started out a little bit sluggish the first handful of races, and you've really been putting on quite a performance. But as we got this queued up, this footage of you on that last restart, tell us a little bit about the racing out there in Michigan, all the 3 wide, all of the action, and most importantly, tell us about that last restart to get yourself that win.
The racing in general was quite crazy. The restart, let's see, who was it behind me? Lindo, he was pretty quick on the corners, but he was kind of slow on the straights, so it's like it was accordion. It was fun. But yeah, it was very fun. Lots of room given, some room not given, but that's all right.
Yeah, sometimes there was no quarter given, that's for sure. So what was going into your head on that last restart? So you knew that it was going to be a nice short run. You were in prime position, but with the draft and, you know, with being on equal tire strategy, what was going on in your mind and what were you thinking you were going to do to make this thing happen?
I was mirror driving. I was trying to give Frank more of the draft to keep the 2 cars behind me side by side, and it actually seemed to work out. I just wanted to keep them racing to keep me up there, you know.
Yeah, we definitely saw you go up high, go down low, and back high, trying to, you know, very similar to what you would see on a super speedway. But tell me, how did the car feel about after, you know, 15 lap run that you guys went on a couple occasions?
Awful. Absolutely awful. If you turn the wheel just a hair too much, I'm sure you probably saw early in the race, I almost spun it at least twice. And I had 0 practice, to be honest. I had a move this week, so I've had no time to do anything at all. So this is pretty cool. Good end to a stressful week.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see you guys mixing it up. We saw 3 wide action multiple times. And, you know, on some laps back to back. So it was great to see. Ryan, what questions do you have for Powell's performance today?
Well, first off, I just want to congratulate you, man. That was one heck of a drive. But second, I just want to ask you, after when you got spun on the backstretch earlier in the race, did you feel at any point that, you know, that's it? Or did you think that by the end of the race you would end up in victory lane after that incident?
I got 12 seconds of damage for that, and to be honest, until you just asked me about it, I completely forgot about it. So no, the car was fine.
Well, it looked fine. I mean, we were up here watching you on that last restart, and, you know, all I can say is, you know, that was a heck of a drive, man, and congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it. That was pretty cool.
All right then, pal. Appreciate you showing up today and putting it down on these fellows for 4th win of the year. Some of the best racing we've seen. Definitely go check out the VOD. Show your friends, man, because, I mean, that was iRacing at its finest. If anybody's out there that has any questions about iRacing, you go back and you watch some of the action that we just saw, and, I mean, you'll be hooked. So, man, that was awesome. Congratulations again. Be safe, and we'll check you out next weekend.
Thanks, Brad. See you later.
See you, Josh. Ooh. Let's see. Number 2 is going to be James Lindo. Sadistic, you got a copy?
I absolutely do.
Man, that was quite a performance there. So yeah, a lot of ups and downs, comers and goers. It seems like you avoided a lot of wrecks throughout the day, but you put yourself in the position at the end. So what were you thinking on that last restart? And you saw that, man, I can kind of hang with these guys. What was going through your head when you're thinking, geez, you could possibly take home a win here in the USRC Cup Series?
Man, to be honest with you, I just wanted to race clean, finish it out the right way. It was fun. It was a ride. A little disappointed I didn't get the win, but to be there at the end and finish second with this group is really good. And some of that's the package. Some of that's the package is easier for me to run. Feel like some of the competition is equalized by the car a little bit, but overall, I felt good in it.
So what were you thinking, man, when you were, again, as you're going head to head with guys like Pow and, the 24, and it's for the win, dude? Are you more excited than normal? Are you going to play it cool, or were you kind of worked up thinking, oh my God, let me see if I can get this?
Yeah, I was definitely worked up a little bit, and had a bunch of guys in my ears telling me to go, but I just didn't want to lose it in front of the field. Like I said, I want to just have a clean finish. First, second, third, I was good. I just didn't want to ruin anybody else's finish, so I'm definitely not going to complain with a second.
Yeah, you had a good little run there, and I think Pow was kind of muscled you, I think, ultimately there. But yeah, it looks like you were a little bit cautious. He was able to be a little bit more aggressive and lean on you. But all in all, dude, go back and watch that VOD. We were so excited up here in the booth. Tell him, Ryan, we're just yelling at him.
Oh yeah, we were just really excited to see you up there, and we were pulling for you. So, but that was a heck of a race, a lot of action, and you put on a heck of a show, and what a great drive, man! Congrats on that runner-up finish. Way to drive that thing.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, man. So I know that this is all kind of fresh in your mind, but are you thinking that, man, if I get the good combination of track and setup, you might be able to get yourself a win up here in 2019?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, this car is a little easier for me to drive. I feel like I understand it a little better than the prior car. So, I think it's there. I think we can do it. Probably going to happen at a super speedway or somewhere like Michigan, but yeah, it's been a good track for me. It's where I got my first win last year, and just keep on grinding.
All right, Mr. Lindo, James, thanks for talking with us. Great run today. So fun to watch, man. Have a safe week, and we'll hopefully check you out next weekend.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. See it. Mr. James Lindo. Looks like Frank has already left the building, I think. Nope, Frank is still here. Frank DiMaggio, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, what a wild race. So we've, obviously you were watching that battle there and you had a banged up car, but tell us a little bit about the bumper to bumper action, because it seems like we've had probably more contact than we've had all year, and this track is so wide. So what's going through the driver's head when we start to get so worked up and you see this close racing guys bumping and grinding?
Usually when that happens, I say screw it and I go to the back. I don't want to be involved in that. Let everyone else tear their crap up and I'll get them at the end. So, I don't know. I try not to worry about that. I just try and roll around and make it to the end. Can't win unless you're there.
Yeah, you must have had a pretty good position of some of these guys really fighting for position, everyone on the track. Well, how was the draft out there today? Do you think that the draft was able to kind of equalize the guy in the lead?
I think the draft was pretty big. With the nose damage that I had, I couldn't really suck up to anyone. It's just kind of like a parachute on the straight. So whatever time I gained in the corners was kind of losing on the straight. So I don't know. It is what it is, and we're still able to come out with a decent finish.
Yeah, it looked like on that, I think it was the second to last restart, is once you got out to the lead, it just seemed like your car was really stalling, because all of a sudden that front damage was more apparent. And then it was the 5 on the inside of you, I think, that took the lead at that point, with his damage being on the back and having someone to push it. So and a lot of times it kind of depends on where you're going to catch that damage. And unfortunately, you caught it in the wrong place today. But how were all of these damaged cars able to hang in there? I mean, I know the draft is effective, but it seemed like there's some pretty banged up cars to still be competing up there.
Track position's pretty key, and then you definitely got to stay in that lead pack. Once you lose the draft, there's nothing you can do, and you're just rolling around, logging laps. So pretty much at about the halfway point of the race, I decided I'm going to try and keep up with everyone, see how it handles in traffic. And it was a little loose, but I don't think it was too bad. I mean, I literally wasn't lifting off 3/4 of the throttle the first 10 laps. So it was loose, but I actually didn't mind it, and I don't really like a loose race car.
Yeah, really wild, exciting action going on. Did you happen to catch any of the action going on between your teammate and the 38? Because those guys were bumping and grinding for many laps, and we were discussing up here in the booth that it kind of seemed like things were going to boil over, someone was going to make a mistake, and looks like late in that race there, the 024 chased it up or ran it up, whatever it is, and took them both out. Did you see any of that action, or do you have any conversations with your teammate as you hear some of this close action, or maybe seeing some of this action happen on the track?
It was actually right before the green flag there. I told him to take it easy. I mean, you got to get up there, lots of time, but don't tear your shit up. And obviously that didn't happen. It looked like he got loose on the bottom, and then when he overcorrected, it just took out Thomas. So luckily I was able to go to the inside and miss it all. But he's definitely fast, but patience. Patience is something you need to learn to keep the car clean.
Yeah, they were both giving and taking. Stuff goes both ways, and these guys were definitely going at it. So can't say it's anything that we're surprised to see. But again, that's racing, man. We're all out there trying to win, and sometimes you got to get real tight on somebody, and sometimes mistakes are made. So that stuff's going to happen. But so exciting to watch. Ryan and I had a blast sitting here watching. And once again, you got yourself a pretty nice finish.
Yeah, Josh did a good job those last few laps. Once he got out front, he kept James and I side by side, and I couldn't suck up to anyone to try and push them into the corner and push them up the track. So I was just trying to make it up in the corner, stay side by side, and see what happened. But Josh did a good job. James did a good job. I thought JT was going to get a really good finish, and just didn't work out on the last lap. But all in all, it was caution race, but it's still pretty fun.
All right, well, congratulations on your finish. That was a fun one to watch. Definitely go watch the VOD, and have a safe week. We'll see you next weekend.
All right, thanks.
All right, buddy, see it. Now we're gonna talk to Thomas Harmon. You got a copy?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so a lot of wild action. Ryan, I know we have a lot of questions for the man, but tell us a little bit about the contact between you and the 024. Seemed like you guys were racing really tough and making a lot of contact throughout the whole race. Tell us a little bit about that.
It was all just him dooring me. He races people close, and I race him nowhere near as close as what he was racing me and everybody else. And he just doored me at every chance he got, it seemed. And then the last one, might have been a little intent behind that one, at least not going back and looking at the replay. But I mean, it is what it is, and he doesn't need to be in the Cup Series.
So tell us a little bit about, because obviously you're competing pretty much every week up there. How difficult is it to kind of keep your emotions in check, right? It's like we get so excited, and we were talking about this at the end of the race with some of the guys that haven't won one and probably what their nerves are going on. But tell us a little bit about some of the people that are out there that maybe don't race. Is how do you kind of keep check of your emotions when you're out here competing like this?
Normally it's fairly easy, because you get around guys that you're not used to running around, and they don't know how you race, and you don't know how they race, and I just kind of chalk it up to difference of us not being used to each other, and I don't get too emotional over it, but when it's same guy week in and week out, it's an issue.
All right, Ryan, what do you have for the number 38 of Thomas Harmon with that 4th place finish tonight?
Actually, all I can say is, I mean, after everything that happened tonight, it was really good to see you come back up and get a top 5 out of it. I know it must have been frustrating for you, and trust me, I've been there. But good job, man, on the 4th place finish, and look forward to racing you Saturday in the Xfinity Series, man. You've been really schooling all of us over there, so good job on that.
Thank you, and I'll see what I can do for you.
All right, Thomas, man. Good stuff. Good racing. Be safe. We'll see you next weekend.
Yep, I'll be here.
All right, brother. We'll see you.
See ya.
All right, let's talk to the number 96 of Chase Alvey. What up, kid?
What up?
All right, man. A lot of action going on out there. We saw bumping and rubbing, everyone making contact, all kinds of damaged cars. What were you seeing from your cockpit?
This package is wild, so I mean the main thing you gotta do is just watch out for other people. And I mean every restart I would stay in pit road until everybody went through, just because, this package is carnage and you don't really want to get caught up in it. But even staying at the back, I still got caught up in it.
Yeah, we saw in that very first pit stop, you did like a 34-second pit stop, and Ryan was wondering what was going on. I had assumed you went for a hamburger, but I guess you were just sitting there?
Yeah, I just didn't want to be up there. And
Nope.
I was fast enough to get up to the front of the field at the end anyway.
All right, no hamburgers this week. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe you need a hamburger to probably make you stronger, give you the energy you need to get the win.
You gotta go with chicken, man.
All right, dude. So did you happen to catch any of the action? Because it seemed like there was a lot of cars making contact, a lot of really close racing. Did you have a chance to check out any of that?
I mean, yeah, I was at the back. Everybody was bumping and banging. Sometimes it caused a crash and sometimes it didn't. But I got caught up in one of those wrecks. Just them driving by me. I don't think I'm ever gonna win one of these. I'm just gonna say that right now. But I think Sonoma's in 2 weeks, and we'll go practice for that.
All right, man. Well, it was a good top 5 finish for you today. I'm sure you would have liked to be up there competing for the win, but you were up there battling at times, man. You put on a great show for us, and we have some really great footage. Hopefully you go back there and watch and see some of that good action you guys had going there with your top 5 run.
Yeah, I'm actually about to do NIS right here, so we'll see if we can win this thing.
All right, man. Well, hopefully you got some good practice on this one. Best of luck to you NIS, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
All right, buddy. See it. Number 96, Chase Alvey. What do we got next on this
Okay.
list?
And I call bullcrap on him saying he's probably never going to win one of these things, because I know he can. He's fast. He's an overall clean driver. His time's going to come. He is going to win a race. I'll put money on that.
Oh, I agree. And he's also one of the younger guys. I believe he's 17, so he's not that young. But relatively speaking to some of these other guys that have been in sim racing for, over a decade, I can't imagine he has as much experience as them. And yeah, he's kind of hard on himself, but man, he's had at least 2 opportunities this year to get himself a win that him being too cautious kind of cost him. But being cautious is not a bad thing, because he has a really strong name around the rest of the competitors. And for some of us, that's kind of the most important thing is, yes, we want to win, but we want to be respected by our peers. And I think the number 96 definitely is that.
Absolutely.
So who do we have next here? We're going to have Josh Durham. Josh Durham, skeet, skeet, skeet. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Brian.
All right, dude. So we know that you like these big tracks. You like the draft package. You're kind of like a Ricky Stenhouse. So don't punch me in the mouth for saying that. But you're kind of like a Ricky Stenhouse. Yeah. Tell us what was going on today, man. Once again, we got to one of these big tracks to where there's a lot of space, a lot of room, a lot of draft. How are you able to get yourself, in these great positions in these type of tracks?
Yeah, it's just, but like you say, the draft makes it easy to hang with anybody, really. So it's really all about track position, right? And you can hang with anybody if you're up front. Really isn't too challenging, I feel like, at tracks like this.
Well, to me, and just in practice, it seemed like there was a lot of tiptoeing going around, and you guys went on a couple of pretty long runs there. How was the car feeling? Did you have a little bit of that Michigan feel to where you felt like you couldn't quite lay it down the same?
Early on, yeah, you could. The track really cooled off towards the end, and you could pretty much flat-footed around there and just have to lift a little bit. But earlier in the run, you would have to tiptoe a little bit. Yeah, it was a lot hotter the first half of the race.
All right, what do you got for him, Ryan?
I don't know. I mean, it's just you put on a heck of a show, man. We saw you up front most of the race, and it's good to see that car up front. And you did a heck of a job. And hopefully we can see you in victory lane or getting those top threes again. But good job overall, and hopefully we can catch you next week.
Yeah, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. Been running that paint scheme pretty proudly for you, so I appreciate all your hard work on it for me, and we'll catch you guys after the off.
Hey, do you feel like that paint scheme's giving you better luck, or about the same?
I think it's helping. It's the spirit of the paint scheme is definitely helping the driving, so not hurting it. That's for sure.
I'm just glad you enjoy it, man. And I'll tell you what, it looks really good out on the track. So keep wheeling it and keep doing what you're doing with it. It's looking good.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
See you, Josh.
See you guys.
Josh is another one of those guys that not only is fast, just a super nice guy. Never runs people, doesn't run people super hard, really nice guy, and he just gets it down there in the end. So it's good to see guys like that having such great success. And what a great addition to not just our league, USRC, but also the Gear Jammers and our whole iRacing community that we have here. So it's great to see. Who do we have next here as I watch this tick on by?
We have Dews.
Oh, I don't think John Dews will be here for interviews. Oh, that rhymed. John Dews don't do interviews. Everybody give John Dews a big FU for not being around. Okay, so then we got JT, Jonathan Thomas. JT, you got a copy?
1 second.
No, you 1 second.
Oh, I'm here.
All right, man. Hey, we saw that number 52 there at that last restart, and we're like yelling. We're hoping that either you or God, who else was it? Was going to get the win, or Lindo was going to get the win, man. What were you thinking at the end to where all of a sudden you're mixing it up with the league's best?
I was gonna push James. That was my plan. James and I have been at the back all the time, and we're just like, all right, we're up here now, and we gotta stay up here. And I'd been teasing him, and I was just like, all right, if I can help him, I'm gonna help him. And then I go and mess up on the last lap there, coming out of 2, and how to fall from 4th to 8th. I just showed you. It was a good race. I actually starting to like this track. I used to hate this track, but under this new package, I guess it's starting to grow on me.
Yeah, and it really shows you with this package, man. If you can get yourself up front, you could stay up front. Because, yeah, you definitely made a mistake. You didn't get the finish that you deserve. But that's all part of it, man. That learning process of going up there, mixing it up with some of the best, getting everything you can out of the car. But, man, I thought that was awesome to see. And, shoot, man, if there would have been a little wreck action or something, you might have found yourself slipping into victory lane.
That was another thing I was teasing James about. I was like, I'm just going to run you into them and just let you clear everybody out and let me just go by and win. But, of course, that wasn't going to happen. I just, the one time I knew going into turn 2 that I've always been loose, I just pushed it a little bit too far, and it came around and I went, all right, here we go.
Yeah, you definitely did, as we just kind of caught that on the replay. But man, all in all, it was a great race. Good to see you out there. It was great seeing you mixing it up there, regardless of where you finished. Made for some great entertainment. Definitely go back out and check out the video, dude, because we were hooting and hollering and pulling for you in the 91. And man, great race at Michigan. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait to come back here. Can't wait to really do all the super speedways at this point.
All right, JT, this is a little bit off the subject a little bit, but when I first started hanging out with these guys in the USRC series, we were racing in a series that was the Jonathan Thomas, what was it, landscaping? What was it? Jonathan Thomas series? What was it?
No, It was the Jonathan Taylor Thomas
Jonathan?
improvement racing.
That's right, man, and that's back to like 2014. So, how long have you been around the USRC? Which obviously you predate me.
2008. I want to say I have to go back and look, but it was 2008, and I signed up and really didn't start racing until the middle of 2010, and then hooked up with Nordgaard, doing trucks, and then with Chris's league, the USRC, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of history there. If you go to YouTube, you could still find some of our clips from back 2014, early 2014, maybe late 2013. So if you go for, what was it, Racers Only TV, you could still find that channel on YouTube, and you guys might find some pretty good nostalgic action there.
Oh yeah, especially we did a Daytona, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a Daytona and an Indy.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, it was a good race. Great to see you out here today. Have a safe week. See you next weekend.
Yeah, I'll be around.
All right, brother. We'll see you.
See ya.
All right. A little history right there with old JT. Do we have Matt Burgess? We do. Matt Burgess, you got a copy?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, man. Well, we know you always have these sexy paint schemes. Tell us about that number 11 Tide joint you're racing right there.
Well, with the new Mustang and stuff, my options are limited. But I found this one, old Ricky Rudd paint scheme. So I thought, yeah, that looks like a nice one to try.
Well, it definitely looked good out there. I had to do some refreshing because I knew something was off when I got to your car, and it was just some plain Jane paint scheme. And I said, no, he doesn't do that. We did a little refresh, and then we see this, Ricky Rudd, Darrell Waltrip. God, why am I missing the other guy that always used to race that car? But whatever, it looks fantastic out there. Tell us a little bit about the racing out there today from your perspective.
For me, I was just hanging back. I'm not running points here, so the stages don't bother me and stuff. And I wanted to get more of a handle on the car at Michigan. So I saved it up. I think we got, like 20 to go or something. And I thought, well, I got to make the move. And I got up there. I think it was in 6th place. And then there was an accident with Thomas and Parker. And I unfortunately got caught up in it. And that was it. I damaged my motor. So it was pretty much just limping along to finish.
Yeah, it looks like you were right behind that accident. What did you see from your perspective?
From my perspective, and I actually went back through and looked at it, but he came up. We had issues with him throughout the race, so that's unfortunate. I mean, I'm coming from the Xfinity series where we don't have as many drivers show up for that, but we generally run it clean and we can run close with each other, and that doesn't always happen up here in this A Cup car.
Hey, it's some tough competitive action, and that's just racing anywhere you go, right? We all want to win. We all want to race each other real tough. So sometimes mistakes are made, and that really tends to affect how people tend to race. I guess that's the whole thing about league racing, right? Is you get to see the same guys week in and week out. So if somebody runs you really tough and not giving you a whole lot of breaks, you know that you're going to return the favor as the season goes on. So that's racing, but it makes for a pretty great storyline for us to sit here and watch these battles unfold, although we never want to see anybody end up wrecking like we saw earlier today.
Yeah, the wrecks, that's a part of the problem is the wrecks are just, and I think the last 2 races I've come up here, I've ended up getting damage and stuff, and I toughed it out, but it's hard to come back, week after week if you keep getting involved with the wrecks.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of our goal, is to try to limit those. So unfortunately, today was a tough one, but Michigan's always going to be a tough beast, and I'm sure even the professionals have a little bit of issue with it. But all in all, you guys put on a hell of a performance. It was great to see, man. Have a good week, and we'll see you next weekend.
All right.
See you, Matt. Yeah, you can kind of hear, Ryan, everyone kind of talking. It's, like we said, it's, drivers get reputations and people, that kind of stuff follows you around. So it really affects the racing around you. So hopefully everybody keeps it together, and let the time go by. And then, so Ryan, when you get into an issue with somebody on the track and maybe say you're really worked up about it, do you tend to reach out to them in the off week or during the week, or do you just kind of let it simmer and wait and see what happens next week?
Yeah, I kind of just, I'm the type that I'll let it go. I've had races, not necessarily in USRC, but I've had races where, apparently something happened on track between me and another guy. It was apparently my fault, even though I know it wasn't. And they'd be, talking, messaging, blah, blah, blah. And I won't say nothing. I won't type nothing because it's just like, I let it go. Because, what good is it going to do to hold a grudge? So, you got to learn to just, let it go. I mean, I know a lot of times it's easier said than done, because I've felt myself in that position, especially when, you got the same guy making contact with you over and over, and eventually they get taken out. But, it's not good to carry that kind of negative aggression into another race.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. We get really worked up in our cockpits, but hopefully after you have some time away from it, let the week go by and you just kind of, do a level reset and kind of go back at it. But you never quite know what's in a driver's head, but there's only one way to find out what's in a driver's head. Let's talk to Mr. J.W. Miller. You got a copy?
Yep.
Man, that was some wild racing. You were up there. You had an opportunity for a really good finish. And unfortunately, there was some contact made and all kind of hell broke loose. But give us a little summary of the race today. What were you seeing from your cockpit?
Well, obviously the whole deal with 100 laps is that you try to survive till the end. And we did a pretty good job of that up until, I think lap 81 or something. Dylan slid across my nose. That just ended up causing everybody to just get real anxious, real nervous on the restarts, and we just had some really good racing up at the front. We were up there. We had a car to go to the lead, and unfortunately, just whatever happened with Josh, he came down, and we got sent straight into the wall. We got to test out some of that safer barrier. I'm glad that they have that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be talking to you today. But
I'll tell you what you guys were testing out, the width of that track, because we saw you guys going 3 wide, and on one occasion it was like lap after lap after lap. You guys were 3 wide. What are you thinking? You just saying, F it, I can't, I gotta go.
Well, the thing is that when you're getting towards the end, you got to be able to not only make the move for the lead, but hold on to the lead. That was probably the hardest part for me, was being up there. And I got up to the lead, I couldn't hold on to it. Because, they just come with such a run, you can't block the whole track. A massive track, some guy will just, go all the way down to the white line. And with this package, it's just, I think it's just too easy for a lot of the aggressive guys to get up there. You saw how fast, after Dylan Parker got turned by me, he started from the back. He moved all the way up to the front.
Yeah,
and started, scrapping with them again with a damaged car. So, man, I don't know how to feel about this package. It creates great racing, but at the same time, you're not seeing any of the skill. You're not seeing the guys that can go the distance and can go on really worn tires and save their tires for the end, because everybody's up there 3 wide racing for the lead the whole time. And with the whole nature of being on the internet, there's no way that we can be up there doing that and not have some kind of problem.
Okay, JW just said exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly how I feel about this new package. But so, JW, do you miss the older package as much as I do?
Oh, yeah. I miss it a lot, but I think that NASCAR has one more chance with the Gen 7 car, and if they screw that up, I think they're going to lose their fans. They've already lost a large chunk of them, and the other thing, too, is that we see this 3-wide racing going on in iRacing. It's not happening in the real life because those guys are backing off. They're trying to save their tires the whole time. They're not racing like we are online because obviously they have monetary stuff that they have to worry about and stuff. But
Yeah, that's definitely true, man. Whereas we don't have to worry about it. So if you put that thing into the wall, you just put it in the wall. It's no big deal. But I think there's a lot of us still out there racing that try to race for respect as much as possible. But hey, that's the nature of racing. It's always going to be tough, and I don't think anyone's ever 100% happy with the packages. But from the fan perspective, watching this race, go back and watch the VOD. Super fun to watch. You guys may be frustrated by it. We love to see it.
well, me, I'm never afraid to tell my opinion. And unlike the real life NASCAR drivers, I'm not under a contract or anything.
We totally should find you. We should totally
Yeah,
find you.
you should find me.
We should totally find. Be like, JW, no. How about we just replace your paint with like an ugly paint when you do something like that?
How about we just run the Chevy SS and the Ford Fusion?
Oh my gosh. As we see a little
Go
replay
back.
of the 24 going around, 024. Yeah, man, it's a wild
Do that
race.
at the ARCA series.
Yeah. All right then, JW. It was a fun race, man. Kind of a bummer how it finished for you, 10 laps down. But have a safe week, and hopefully we get together for some race next weekend.
Yeah, I'll actually be at the Xfinity race next weekend, so I'll see you the weekend after that.
All right, brother. Be safe.
Peace.
All right, now who are we at here? Glenn Wilson. Captain Bonesteel, you got a copy?
What's going on?
So what's up, dude? You had that banged up car, but you were still up there competing for a win. Tell us about your race today and try to manhandle that busted up car.
My race was a handful. I don't know, I was just pushing it too hard when I lost it there. Well, first second, I just couldn't recover until towards the end, and me and Frank collided 3-wide.
Yeah, that was a pretty epic there. Yeah, man, tell us about the package and the draft. So we've been hearing a lot of different opinions. Some people don't like it, some people like it. But regardless of that, what did you think about the closeness of the racing?
I'm with them. One moment I love it, just because of the draft and how you can use it against one another. But when that sun is out and there's no shade, it's a total handful.
Yeah, that definitely was. And you had some damage there on the back left. Didn't seem like it affected you too much. When you were out front, did you notice a difference, or were you never really out there enough to really be able to tell?
Oh no! As soon as you got clean air, it was a big difference. No dirty air. You just had plenty of grip to take it in.
Did you have a first row seat for any of that crazy racing action going on there? A lot of bumping and grinding going on today.
Yes, I did. I want to say it was Jordan who got wrecked. It was someone who got wrecked in front of me.
Yeah, that was, I think, the first one of the day.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus. Ryan, what do you have for this banged up number 5 Pepsi Cola Camaro driver?
All I gotta say is, man, it is fun to watch you race, man. Because I don't know, just the way you drive. Finally seeing it from up here, from the broadcaster booth, actually watching you drive. You're fun to watch, man. You make some awesome moves, and you're just fun to watch. That's all I can really say.
Oh man, appreciate it. Thank you.
2 shits not
problem.
given.
Hey, I should put that on the back bumper of his car.
That's right. Yep, 2 shits no given. That's Captain Bonesteel. Hey, it was good.
I try to bone steal something for you at the end.
All right, man. Well, you better start making these Xfinity series, or I'm done interviewing you.
All right, man.
No, I know you got shit going on, brother. Hey, it was a good to see you up there. You were mixing it up. Not quite the finish you deserved, but you were a hella fun race to watch.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother. We'll see you. All right, so let's. I think we have Dylan will be the last one, because I think Barry and those guys are gone. Let's see. He might be muted. Hey, Dylan, you got a copy?
I don't think he's got his mic.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
All right, man. So it was a wild one in here. We saw you guys going 3 wide all over the track. We saw you guys bumping and rubbing. We saw contact. We saw and heard a lot of hurt feelings. Tell us a little bit about the racing out there today and some of the emotions that we've kind of seen out in the track today.
Yeah, it was really hard racing. I knew if I could get to the front with the clean air, I could go out like I did that one time. But the draft was really a big part because they could just catch right back up to me on the straightaways, but then in the corners I could get away again. So really pros and cons to this track.
Well, we saw you fall back there when you got spun by the 33. You guys made contact, whatever the case may be. Caught a little bit of damage, but you were able to drive yourself right back up to the front within a couple of laps. Tell us, like, what's it like back there when you have a really fast car and you're able to kind of move through the draft on those other cars?
Well, after that wreck, I was down about 20 RPM, and I thought I was out of the race. But then after that restart, I still had it still felt really fast, so I went up to the front again. I felt like I could control the momentum really good, so that's really what helped. But after that, I really couldn't stay up in the front with the RPM.
All right, man. Well, you seem to be fast week in and week out. We seem that there's a lot of other drivers kind of having issues with you guys bumping and grinding. Tell us a little bit about some of the contact you've had out there, and how is it when you end up making contact with other drivers? How do you guys kind of put that stuff beside you or behind you and get moving on to the next lap and the next track?
Well, I can't say I've already apologized to Thomas because me and him got into each other a good bit this race, but I feel like it's just our driving styles really don't like each other because I like racing really close and really hard, and he does sometimes too, and it just doesn't really go well together.
Yeah, so what do you do in a situation like that when you're dealing with, because a lot of the times it's gaining the respect of your peers and everyone being able to, race each other hard, but, clean for the most part. What goes into your mind going into next week when you know that you're kind of having contact and you have different drivers that are starting to kind of mumble about themselves about the 024 car?
Just try to win a race. I don't really know. I try to stay off of them.
All right, man. Well, hey, that's an honest answer. Again, is we see a lot of tough racing and that kind of stuff's going to happen where people make contact and people aren't too happy with each other. But like I always say, that's why we race in these leagues. And, that's just one of those things that happen. Ryan, what do you have for the 024?
Man, you continue to impress me because, like you said, you had that incident and you came from the back to the front. You are fast week in, week out, and I know you're going to be getting a win here pretty soon. It's just, like I was telling Brian during the race, you can be the dominant car, you can be the fastest car week in and week out. It's just a matter of sealing the deal and being there when it matters. And I know you're going to get it figured out, and in no time soon, you're going to be in victory lane. So keep at it, man. Keep a cool head, and you will prevail. I guarantee it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, man. Yeah, it's always a fun one to watch, so it'll be interesting to see, how you progress throughout the season, but you're really set up for a good win. You remind me of a young Kyle Busch. Super fast, but super dangerous. So, a lot of these other guys have a lot, probably more experience, and they tend to keep their car together. So we're looking forward to seeing you put together a complete race, hopefully later on in the summer, and dominate these fellas.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm not the biggest fan of Kyle Busch, but he's successful, so
All right, man. Just make sure you don't get too bad of a name with all the drivers out there, because nobody wants to be Ryan Newman.
Definitely. But I can say some of the greats didn't come out of the race with a good name.
Yeah. Hey, man. Keep doing your thing. Just make sure that we don't have anything that ever spills out onto the track, which there obviously hasn't. But, fun to watch, and that's racing, buddy. Have a safe week, and hopefully we see you next weekend.
Yep, hoping to get that win.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. All right. Yeah. So, hey, that's one of those things, it's always so interesting to sit here from this perspective, Ryan, and watch what's going on and to hear how people respond to the different incidents, right? It's just like real life. You're going to have to explain what happened on the track and how you're feeling. So, he's super fast. I think that he's just going to need a little bit more time for the guys to know him. And he might not want to be crowding guys quite as much as he is as of right now. So, but hey, everybody has their different driving style, and his is really, really aggressive. But hopefully, we can get everything calmed down, and we won't have any more wrecks and contact and things like that. But that's racing, huh?
Yeah, it is. I mean, and this is just me, and maybe just because I'm older. I mean, everybody wants to win a race. That's the whole reason we're out here. If the main reason we're out here is everybody wants to win, everybody wants to do that, victory burnout, and the bragging rights. But with me, to me, it'd be more. I'm more interested in winning the respect of my fellow drivers than winning a race. I mean, that's just how I am. I try to be as careful as I can. I may not be as aggressive or as fast as some of these other guys, but I'm more concerned about when people are around me, they're comfortable. Instead of saying, "Oh God, not this guy again. He's going to take me out more than likely." But and lately that's how I felt, how it's been, because I feel like I've been causing a few problems. So that's another reason why I decided, maybe if I just take a season off and just try and get my flow back or whatever, I'll come back in the fall. But these guys are great, and that, to me, it's more important to get their respect and to get that trophy.
Yeah, that's one of the things I definitely try to do is I try to remain as clean as possible because, again, I'm similar to you. I'm trying to gain my respect as much as possible. Not that I won't race them super hard, but I pick and choose my moments, right? So you could be my good friend. You could be someone like James or Joe, who I love to death. And most of the times we'll be pretty clean. But when it comes down to go time, I will race them harder than anyone else. But we have that relationship where they know that I'm not going to wreck them and they're not going to wreck me. So it's just a lot of people getting used to racing each other. So.
Yeah. But I can honestly say one thing about tonight's race. I don't think I've seen more action and contact than I have here. I mean, I don't think we even had this much contact at Martinsville and Bristol combined as we did here tonight. But but I mean, like I said, being from this point of view, actually watching the race, it's like it was exciting. It's just seeing these guys going three wides, lap after lap, and just putting on one hell of a show. It's just like, but in a way, I was kind of sad because I'm like, man, I wish I was a part of that. But
that's what I was thinking when it was coming down to the end, and I saw the 52 and the 91 had a chance to win. I was like, hey, I want to have a chance to win up there.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan's always been a decent track for me, but I really haven't had a competitive race on the new edition that we've gotten. But I like the way it drives. But like I said, at the same time, I miss the old package because it just you really had to drive the car. I mean, like JW was saying, it's too easy for the aggressive guys to get back to the front. I mean, because we wouldn't be seeing these damaged cars. As damaged as some of these cars were, you would not be seeing them back up at the front as fast as they were. So it kind of takes the quote unquote realism out of it, but it does make for some exciting racing. That's the plus side of it. I mean, it has its ups and downs, just like everything else.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to know that the Xfinity car is the more difficult of the two cars, but you could look at it in the plus side of this. If you come out of the Xfinity series, being able to race in that series, get some wins, stay clean, get promoted, I mean, at that point, this should be a whole lot easier for you, in theory, except for you're really close to people, but outside of that, should keep you a little bit more engaged in the race.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Xfinity cars, like I said, I struggled last night. Like I said, I met the turn 2 wall twice, and I said, okay, that's it for me. But I didn't get much practice at all this week. It's been kind of a busy week, so but I'm going to make sure I practice, for wherever we're at next week, next Saturday night. I still don't know where. I got to look up at the schedule.
Yeah, me neither. All right. Well, it was a fun race, man. Great broadcast again. Great having you as the addition in the booth. Makes it so much easier, so much funner to sit here and watch together. It's like we're watching a cup race, just John back and forth watching these things, man.
Yeah, we're just missing the beer and popcorn. I mean,
at least the popcorn. So, all right.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, so that's going to be it for us. On the behalf of myself, Ryan Nichols, all the drivers from USRC and the admins, thanks for guys watching. You guys go back and watch the VOD if you haven't already. And we'll be back racing somewhere next week, I assume. We don't keep track of the schedule, but we'll be back to racing for some NASCAR action. Thanks a lot, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you next weekend.